Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of San Antonio After Dark. And I don't have it named this time because we're just kind of going to go with what we have here. Now, with that said, sorry, got to grab my notes. With that said, we're going to begin, as always, with introductions. Let's begin with Paul this week.
Oh my, I'm on the spot. I was looking at something else off the screen. I'm Paul. I play Byron. I am a Tremere, power to the pyramid. I have control completely of this coterie. They love me, they adore me, and soon later tonight they will be bloodbath sponging me.
Next person from my left to right is going to be Drew.
Hey, I'm Drew. I'm playing Ardif, a Sabat, and all I gotta say is if it's the blood, just give it to me.
So you are a Sabater. I see where you were planning. And then finally we have Jason and Victoria. Go ahead and go first, Victoria.
I'm Victoria. I'm playing Ferdinand. I don't know what his technical things are.
He's an Assamite.
Okay, he's an Assamite, stuck in the body of a child pretty much, doesn't love chickens, and is trying to not eat people and not be as beastie as he totally is.
And I'm Jason. I'm playing Vasily Fett, and I'm a child of Osiris through and through. And I guess I'm the paladin.
The paladin. I love it. I love it.
All right, so I do have an honest question about Vasily before we pick things up tonight.
All right.
Does he have twisted upbringing?
He does not.
So he knows silver isn't like the end all for vampires, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure because it will be the first surprise he ever has when he tries to cut someone down with a silver sword and nothing happens.
No, the cane's useful for killing the skin changers.
I got one thing. How the hell you know what Seely wants?
How do I know what Seely wants? Seely's dead.
You said Seely, not Fett.
Vasily.
Vasily?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's not on there.
Yes, it is.
His name is Vasily the Exterminator Fett. And before you try and book him for wrestling matches, it's not how it sounds.
I mean,
the rats, they don't do that. They don't migrate like that. I'm into the. I started the 4th season of that, and I petered out on it.
Yeah.
It's
This is one of those things that the books are probably a lot better than the show.
Yeah, the ending's worth a peeping if you got the minute, but.
So where we're gonna pick up is everyone has now left the hotel, and gone back, and over the next couple of days, we have a little bit of downtime because throughout the days, the shoot, I have it in my other thing. No worries. Not like I don't make stuff up on the spot, anyways. Over the next couple of days, what ends up happening is everyone begins to start locking and loading. Okay. Everyone's preparing for the war that they think is coming. And people, anyone with their finger on the pulse, even amongst the Tremere, they are finding people are going for Dragonfire shotgun rounds, and they are not holding back on it. Those rounds are going for incredible amounts, and there's no store, legal or otherwise, that actually has them in stock. Because they come into the city, and they're purchased before they get there. With that said, we're going to pick up with Fett getting back to his place. Now, over the next 2 days, you still have the downtime to do with as you please, including buying things and stuff like that. You notice that your enemy The you started calling him the master some time ago because he seems to have his own little pack of rats that follow him around.
Ugh.
I'm playing into this, dude. I'm leaning into it.
Hey, Dad.
Do it.
He has walked by your store a couple times, but he never seems to look at it. So I want a intelligence, survival, difficulty 7. Hey, Drew,
Yeah.
could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
You know my travel bag that I have in the living room
No.
over by the table?
Uh,
I just stabbed.
I don't see a travel bag anywhere but the table.
Didn't need it.
Kitchen table.
Ah, it's way over there. Shut up.
Could you do me a favor and bring me in that notepad?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, thank you. All right.
He says that like he has to get on his hover round and go "Brrrr," like it's Wally.
No, but I gotta move my computer. I swear, you look at me, I will punch you, dog.
Yes, he will. And Carver's a big boy dog, so he can handle it.
All right, hold on. And you said it's a book bag?
Yeah, it's just gonna be the legal pad on top of it.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Okay. All right.
So you realize that the pawn shop is actually in a safe position.
That kind of
Good.
Either he doesn't know it's there, or he knows he can't get inside of it. You can't determine which, but you know for sure he's not looking at it as a source of his anxiety.
Good.
He also realizes that the master rat is probably going to be in town for a while.
This thing.
Does how much money is? I gotta figure out how much money.
This thing.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Drew. Because there's a few notes in here that I still have to use. Nothing on the pages that was open, but still.
So you said I got 2 days of downtime.
2 days of downtime.
All right. I'm gonna purchase the strongest crossbow I can find.
No.
You're going to find the strongest what?
Crossbow.
That's not a problem. It's just a crossbow.
Good. I'm gonna spend the next day and a half modifying it to shoot rebar spikes, as in Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 and or metal stakes.
Give me intelligence and crafts because you're taking a couple days to do this.
Sure.
He said Half-Life.
Nope.
Nope. You can't seem to get it. It still fires arrows, but it's not broken. But it can't fire the rebarb. You're trying to get the slit down the center right, but it just doesn't seem to be wanting to work with you.
All right. I'm also gonna put in an order for silver barbed arrowheads, as in like biggest barbs you can buy. Like I want them fishhook style things. So
I think at that scale, they're harpoons.
Hey, next closest thing. I don't got a harpoon. Can I find a harpoon gun?
Actually, you have one in your shop.
Great.
Oh my
I was
God.
Then
going
I'm
to say,
ordering
like,
harpoon
my pawn shop over here has a spear gun in it.
that is made out of pure silver. All the trimmings, all the barbs, all the razors.
Fet's a harpoon snob.
You do have to send out to have the silver reproduced.
That's fine.
The manservant who did it before that Sealy had, you can
Mhm.
use your one of your day workers to do that.
I'd rather just I'll pay to have it delivered. I don't want to leave if I don't got to, and I want to have somebody there during the day because of all this fucking
Well,
rat
again,
shit.
you have about 3 or 4 employees.
All right.
A couple of part-time guys who help out occasionally, moving the heavy stuff, and you have a couple full-time guys.
Good. Then when they pick up and put in the order, I'll buy them all breakfast.
All right. um, Also, over the next couple of days, um, you notice that there's been several clients bringing in silver.
Okay.
Normally you get a lot of watches, a lot of gold rings, but they're actually bringing in silver. Earrings is most often, but give me with perception and alertness. All right, that's good enough. And then give me a straight intelligence roll, difficulty 6.
This is not Fed's strong suit.
All right. Those silver bars are very reminiscent of what Abraham used to make.
Good.
Whenever he was beginning to prepare for a bigger project or begin preparing weapons and knives and things of that magnitude.
Hey, drop that.
Yeah, them's mine now. And I'm gonna draw up some plans for a silver sheet to go around a Molotov or improvised explosives as well. I'm not gonna make it yet. I don't got the time, but I'm gonna draw up the plans for it.
All right. Moving on to Drew.
That down. Sorry.
So-
go ahead.
Over the next couple of days, the mill will have a huge surge of business. The manager, whenever you speak to him about it, has always given credit to the bartender, because apparently he used to go to UTSA and he did a little bit of time in SAC, and he has a couple friends at Palo Alto. But everyone seems to be all these 21-year-old college kids seem to be coming to your bar now. He doesn't say anything about embracing him, but he definitely says how good of a job the bartender has been doing. Now, for you, I want you to give me a perception awareness first.
3 and then 3. Apparently, awareness is not my strong suit. Oh, not caps. Unrecognized command. What the?
What did you type?
I don't know. Hold on.
Hello, silly goose.
Stupid program.
/roll.
I know what to do.
Famous last words.
Didn't my one character say that about some explosives and setting the fees right?
What do you mean? That's the same. Look, /roll space.
Okay, I'm gonna make this easier for you, Drew. On the left-hand
Nope.
side, no.
Nope, I'm not listening.
Left-hand side of your screen, there's a D20 icon.
Ah, I got it.
All right.
I told you I'm not listening.
He's like, I'm gonna go just play my character by myself.
You notice that there's a strong feeling of something supernatural in the bar. So go and give me a alertness and perception.
Oh, yeah, I got more on that one. Ah, well, 1, 2.
That guy who chased everyone out of the bar has come back once or twice. It was both on the same night, but he came back, and the second night he didn't show up at all.
Well, I must have missed something. Somebody chased a guy out of a bar.
Yes, the giant ratkin, that very large ratkin that chased everyone out of the bar.
What the fuck?
A couple of weeks ago during the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, good. I'm glad we all remember.
No, but whatever.
He shows up, he doesn't stay long, and then he leaves. It's like he's sniffing something out, doesn't find it, and then just like, okay, whatever. What do you want to do during the 2 days?
Well, everybody's lock and loading. I don't really have guns, so I'm gonna load my blood paths and I'm gonna lock my doors to my house. And yeah.
All
In the
right.
meantime, I'm going to look for a good place to open my bookstore and stuff like that I was trying to do, but land seems to be very hard to find.
How big of a space did you want for your bookstore?
It's gonna eventually be a big bookstore, so probably about 4 stories. And
Yeah, don't be doing that. You'll get a bunch of Bruja trying to burn it down, thinking that you're trying to redo Alexandria. Oh no, knowledge is evil! Ah!
All right.
maybe I'll leave them as bodyguards.
You find a space off of Highway 281 over by Nakoma. You know the place that's normally used for Halloween Spirit?
Ooh, I like that building.
You find that place is for rent right now, but it's a little out of your price range. So you could borrow, plead, and deal for some money. However, at the moment, you don't have the income to actually generate it.
No, I'll wait and I'll talk to the person that owns the area
All right.
a little bit later, one way or another.
We're going to move on over to Victoria. What does Ferdinand do during this time frame?
So he's gonna see what's up with his chicken, the one that he fed blood to.
It seems to really like you. Doesn't seem to far. Whenever you're out there, it wants to be right up next to you.
Does it seem like it wants food?
Yeah, it still eats regularly.
Okay, then I'm just gonna tell Fett that this chicken loves me.
Oh, you got a pet?
I'm gonna say look, and then put it down, and then walk away from it, and then clap my hands for it to come to me.
Oh wow. Hey, he needs some clothes, so I don't eat him when I'm hungry.
It runs right on over to you.
Wow.
He loves me.
Yeah.
It pecks at your fingers.
Oh,
Maybe I should feed him.
okay. Here, take this random bandana in my pocket, so that way I don't eat him when I'm hungry.
So we'll put the bandana on Kylo Hen.
I want to dock experience for that, but I can't.
Of course you can't.
Oh, you like the new Star Wars? I like the new Star Wars too.
It's too
He's
good.
my favorite.
He's pretty angry. Looks like you, little Kylo Hen.
Anything else?
So how hard did he peck me?
Not hard enough to pierce your skin, but hard enough to know that he wants more. But
So
if you tell him no, you realize that he just stops.
So I'm gonna take him back to the chicken coop for now and give him some regular food because I don't know that would Ferdinand know that it needs to keep eating blood?
Nope,
Okay,
because Fett doesn't know.
give him some regular food for now.
Yeah, he'll eat it like normal. And then we're going to move on to Byron. As Byron returns back from the hotel incident, you notice that Rickard and his children are standing behind him. He's like, and he looks at you and says, Byron, we have a breach of protocol. We're looking for a book. He will describe the same book that was found on your dresser. Have you seen this book?
Out of character, I don't have enough experience with his chantry to blame it on somebody I don't like. Yo, Tyrone had that book, and I told him you need to put that back on the shelf, and he said no. I'm gonna learn me some spells. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, because I'm in a clan with people with auspex, so it's not like I could lie my way out of this. So I'm gonna be like, I did not realize that book was y'all's. It showed up on my bed the other day.
Ah, good. And you see his eyes turn a little golden for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pull the book from my library?
No, like I said, I came back from dealing with the anarchs, and it was there, and I just thought somebody liked me.
He pauses for a moment. You know, you should have brought it to me. That book is above your pay grade. And you realize that's more of a colloquial thing rather than an actual thing.
Yeah, that's all right, because I got a stack of receipts I need to turn in anyway.
So if you'll bring me the book,
Mm-hmm.
how is it that children say it these days? No harm, no foul.
Let's see. Man, I wish I had some celerity to be snapping pics. That's all right. Yeah, I'll go get it and bring it back.
Ah, excellent. And he'll turn and look at his children. Which one of you did this?
How old is Kinko's open?
I don't know how old Kinko's is open. I
Well,
heard that
it's old.
one.
It's old, so you should be able to get in there somehow.
I think Kinko's is so old it's open 24 hours.
Is
And Julian and Julie and Jules look at each other, and he's like, "No, we'll deal with this in private. Byron, have an excellent evening." And he will grab them literally by the ears and drag them off to his private office.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jason's old character. He's a wraith now.
Jules and Julian, as you know them, are both Graves' childer. And give me intelligence and it's not spycraft because that's not it wouldn't be that.
Subterfuge?
Streetwise.
Streetwise? Okay.
Yeah.
I got that. What's the diff?
6.
Cool. Whew. It was a botch.
No, it's not. It's a fail.
Well, yeah.
You have no idea how that book got there.
Damn
It-
gremlins.
You figure someone put it there, but you don't understand the interaction between them. However, good news is your rights have not been restricted to the library, and you have not lost your position in the chantry.
It's good. That's why honesty is not always the best policy unless you're just trying to get ahead.
So what do you do for the next 2 days after this?
Learn animalism.
And how are you learning animalism?
I am going to see if I can call in a favor from helping the sheriff and see if he knows anybody with some animalism so that I could learn some animalism from them.
Let's see.
You leave my birds alone.
They're not your birds no more.
I know.
Huh. I made him. Oh no, he's a Bruja. Never mind.
I don't know if any of his deputies are Gangrel or anything like that, or Nosferatu.
He will say, "Tell Doris I'm calling in a text Doris and tell her that I'm calling in a favor."
Okay. And that is what I want to spend my XP on.
All right. So what she'll do is you're not going to be able to learn it immediately, but she's teaching you the basics. First level is Sweet Whispers, isn't it?
Or Feral Whispers.
Feral Whispers.
Yeah.
So what she does is she lines you up in the front of a bunch of different animals and has you chirp at them, bark at them, moo at them. That way you can get an idea of how it takes to communicate with them. And you kind of get the basis of what's going on. What I want you to do
Mhm.
is give me, because you're trying to learn it quickly, give me wits and occult. Difficulty 9.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on it.
Make sure you bend at the waist and shake the right leg. It means good evening, according to Dr. Doolittle.
And there is no failure for botching on this one. It's just a matter of how quickly you learn it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna spend a willpower on it also. Eh,
At least you didn't botch.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's all right. It's my lack of animal ken.
She's like, we will continue to work on this over the next few weeks. It shouldn't take that long to learn.
Good, good.
All right. By the way, good job not biting into the bait.
No, Nope, 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 nope.
All right. On the evening of the second night, Byron receives a text from Ashley. It says, I need a favor for you. Bring your coterie to my forge.
Okay.
And she'll give a time. It's like an hour after sunset. Or an hour and a half after sunset. So we're looking like 8:30. Because it's still winter.
All right. All right. So I will call Ardith and have Ardith round up the other anarchs and tell them that we should go to the forge. And I will buy drinks.
Does Ardith agree to do this?
No. I'm just kidding. No. Ardith will call up Fett.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, what do you call those things? Tremere. Yeah. He wants us. Wants us to meet at the forge.
That was so fun last time we went, right?
Oh yeah, totally exciting.
Hey, how about you tell him we'll meet at Millennium? I like that place better.
It's not a negotiation.
Mm,
Or is it?
Did we do that one?
Probably not.
Admittedly, you haven't tried yet either.
That's true, but it's like training a small dog. You have to establish dominance.
you know,
Right
I like my club better than Ashley's. Don't get me wrong, she's a good lady, but
What is Ashley's?
The one with all the fire.
yeah, you know
So-
what? We'll do it. We'll meet at Millennium.
Okay.
I like that idea. So I
All
call
right.
I call you back up. No. Meet at Millennium.
Okay, so I didn't know that was the name of your club. Otherwise, I would have changed what I did. My bad. Yeah, I'll text her back that given the unstable nature of the political climate now, my coterie would feel more secure in a location they control, but would be happy to meet her at Millennium, where drinks will be
That's
free.
not for you.
You see?
She texts back, so be it.
All right. Random dog attacks and everything. What's the world coming to?
I'm gonna text Ardith. Hey, did you get rid of that furry problem you had? Because I'm being followed right now. So no
Actually, come to think of it, that same guy, he showed back up in the bar,
oh,
but then he left. He looked around. He didn't. I don't know what he's looking for. Maybe he's looking for you.
oh, yeah, he is. Tell security no furries tonight.
Shh. Well, there went my dating life.
Thank you.
That's creepy. Anyway, yeah.
I'm gonna grab a nice watch from my selection.
Get the one with the Garrett wrist wire in it.
That one. I like this one. I used it a couple times. I'll give it to Ardith. Why not?
All right.
Hey, Ferdinand, we're gonna go over to Millennium.
Okay.
Damn
Can I bring my chicken?
Uh, I'm gonna text Ardith.
Get that out of your mouth.
It's not in my mouth.
Can Ferdinand bring a chicken? It's his pet.
Hold on 1 second.
It's named Kylo Hen.
Freaking chicken bone. Whatever it is. Behave your damn self. I got it. Like, up where the phone. You can get back there.
Uh-oh. Canine's gone wild.
Canine's gone wild over here. Whew.
Hey, Ardith, can Ferdinand bring his chicken? It's his pet chicken named Kylo Hen.
Oh, that was good.
Apparently he's very well behaved.
Yeah, but if it makes any mistake, it's the next menu.
Hey, Ferdinand. You better be careful if you're bringing Kylo, because if he goes crazy, he's gonna get executed and fed to the humans.
I'm gonna hold him the whole time.
Okay, sounds good.
I almost killed you, man.
So I'm gonna pull up the Tesla. I'm gonna give Ferdinand a blank. I'm gonna cover Ferdinand's suit with a blanket to make sure I don't get chicken shit on it. And we're gonna drive down to Millennium.
He does love to shit.
All right. So
It's
as
my favorite thing.
as you guys begin to trickle in, you notice that Ashley was already there. And mind you, this is the following night on the third night.
Mm-hmm.
She does arrive fashionably early, and she has staked out the best booth. And anyone you notice is kind of avoiding eye contact with her.
Yeah.
You all would figure that they are being told to go away, and they're going away.
Mm-hmm.
I must have had a blood point to make myself look human. You doing that?
Did I do that?
You don't have to. It's up to you.
He's probably not gonna do that unless Fett advises him to do that.
Yep. I'm gonna go up to that same bartender, buy him. Hey, what's your favorite drink?
Oh, me?
Yeah. What do you like?
Shiner?
Shiner? Shiner for you, Shiner for me. How's business?
He looks at you and's like, you can't really drink it. You know that, right?
Sure, man. I'm gonna pretend to drink it.
Throw up on his bar.
I'll have some more of that.
Hey, look. How's business? It looks booming.
It's good. It's good.
You see anybody kind of thin in the face, longer nose, lots of whiskers? See any of them around?
That seems a little racist.
No. Around this place, we got a lot of bearded folks.
Good.
Trying to
Keep
pick
an eye
one
out.
up from the other is a hard thing to do.
I'm gonna
And-
slip in like 20 or 30 bucks and just be like, keep an eye out for me, and have my card attached to it, and then go upstairs.
I'll just buzz the upstairs room then.
Yeah, thanks. What's your name again? I'm gonna forget his name as soon as he says it.
I don't have a name for him, to be honest.
That's fine.
It doesn't matter because he forgot immediately anyway.
You get up there and Ashley is already sitting down. She seems to be looking through her text. Shortly after, Byron and Ardith show up. Do y'all do anything special coming into the place?
Well, obviously we're very dramatic about it.
Are you wearing a flowing coat?
Oh, of course, it's standard in this coterie. See, it's a coterie. Ardith is like, I just assassinate Byron right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was about to go. I'm gonna take out one of my flaming swords that was given to me, and I'm gonna stab him in front of everyone.
Woo!
Sorry,
Uh,
he looked like somebody else.
Hey,
After this week, that was worth it. All right. Before you joined the booth, do you wait for them to show up, Fet?
uh, sure. I don't know why I'm waiting on them because I don't know why we're here, and someone's in our booth, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
All right.
Just so Ferdinand has a chicken.
Yes.
Mhm.
Does anyone have Auspex?
I do.
Do you have it on?
No, because I'm actually talking at the chicken right now.
Yo, weirdo.
Okay. Intelligence occult difficulty 9.
I can.
Who me? Who me?
Yes.
As if you're earning your nickname. Good. Or well, your real
I can
nickname.
pretend I have Auspex.
No. There's a reason for the Auspex.
Oh, all right. I can still pretend I have it. Fail.
I got
The
one
chicken
success.
looks at you funny. Bah?
All right, step back.
Oh
Stop.
my god, it's the
And-
Muppets all over.
And then he just looks away from you like he doesn't, like you insulted his mother or something.
Don't
Ah.
talk to my chicken.
It's regional dialect, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is like from South Texas, and I only speak North Texas hen. So.
Ferdinand,
I look over at Byron. I go, "Hey, Gonzo,
You
get her
speak
number."
Maine Rooster, he speaks Chicano chicken.
Chicano chicken.
Tell Byron, Gonzo.
So
get
we've
his
got
number later."
a clucking wizard, right? Great. Good to see you, Ardith. How are you?
I am good. Yourself, sir?
Good. So what's up? Why are we here?
Ashley had something that she wanted to ask us about.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I remember last time she wanted to ask us something. I walked out on that.
Actually, last time y'all were talking, they were having a pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
You got bored and walked out.
Exactly. And well, she tried to ask me for something, and I said no. So let's see how this time goes. Maybe she'll pay me. Yeah. After you, Grand Vizier.
I'm just waiting on her. Given the chicken, like I put some peanuts in front of the chicken.
don't feed
Well,
my
she's still sitting down. She hasn't moved from the booth. Y'all are just kind of gathered around at the moment.
chickens.
Yeah.
Eat peanuts.
After you, Grand Vizier.
All right, so I'll sit down.
Ah, excellent. Byron, you're here. Wonderful.
Mhm.
Hello, Miss Forge. How are you?
Oh, you can just call me Ashley, sweetie.
Ha. Okay.
And my last name isn't Forge. Now,
Yeah, she doesn't have a
Byron,
mechanical leg.
All right, an arm.
how close are you to the nightlife?
Do you mean the night folk, or when
The
you say
nightlife. Millennium. My Forge. The first spite.
Well, I mean, I'm a pretty badass dance fighter, but that's about it.
I'd like to see you try.
Capoeira?
Oh, they're about to have a break dance.
It is. It is about to be on.
Break dance fighting, go!
I'm sure we can manage since, we're vampires and that makes us hip and awesome.
I have no performance, so that ain't happening.
By the way, good news is I've been retweeted by some of the more popular streamers, including Onyx Path.
Yes.
Nice.
Woo!
Thank you for the
That
retweet.
was, that was awesome.
Thank you for watching.
So, have you heard of the last bite or the first bite yet?
No.
My look of chicken-like emptiness implies my coolness is not as high as I think it is.
The first
got a
bite.
streetwise. Can I roll for that?
Yes, you can. With Streetwise, difficulty 6.
That's better at that.
I can roll streetwise if we have it. What is the first bite? Do we know what it is, or are you asking us?
Nope.
She's asking you, have you heard of the first bite?
Oh, Ferdinand's got a streetwise too. Look at that.
Bring it on. Roll them bones.
Let's see who's got stuff going.
Oh, Ferdinand knows. Look at that.
You know?
Ferdinand would know that it's a new club that's opening tonight. Ardith knows that it's a new club opening tonight that is a night folk bar.
I see. I think our invitations got lost in the mail.
No, you're just not cool.
What's that?
Not cool like me and Mitch.
Where is this bar located?
It is located over by that nice property that you're thinking about by your bookstore. There used to be, I'm not sure if it's still there and I don't care. There's a shoe store that used to be there. And whoever this person is has bought in the property and they converted it into a nightclub.
Okay. Well, looks like I might have 2 nightclubs. Gonna be some hostile takeover going on here.
She continues on saying, by the way, do you guys share that it's a nightclub that's opening in a night folk bar?
Yes.
Hmm.
Ah.
That's interesting.
I'm vaguely offended that we didn't get invited to the opening.
I agree.
Man.
So, Byron, this is the favor I wanted to ask of you. I want you to go and check it out for me. That's
Okay.
all.
All right.
See if you can get in the VIP, take a look around the place. Decor, things like that. Something that's simple. I didn't ask for a big boon at all.
No, like I said. Yeah, because it sounds like it could be something in the future that Ardith might want to buy, so I don't see why that would be a problem.
You're definitely gonna have to dress down. They're not gonna allow Harry Potter fans there.
It's a night folk bar. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only wizard.
Might not be the only real mage there either.
Right? And to stay away from Gandalf and Dumbledore, okay?
Ashley, you're asking this favor. What do we get in return?
Elmunster.
For you who didn't take my, who walked away from the boon that I was asking for previously, I'll pay you in cash.
Good. That's fine. How much?
1,000 apiece. Plus expenses. If you want to have a few drinks on me, you can have a few drinks on me. I'll reimburse you.
All right.
I'll talk to the chicken for a minute.
Don't talk to my chicken.
Hey, seriously, stop.
I'm gonna cover where I suspect his chicken is.
Stop.
Okay. I can't help myself on this one. Intelligence medicine. Or animal kin if you happen to have animal kin.
Neither.
That's the cloaca. You should stay away from that.
Nope.
Do what
You.
Oh, look at them bones.
I get it.
Alrighty then. Yes, you managed to cover up the soft parts of the chicken's quote unquote ears that they have, because they
Yeah.
basically just have an exposed eardrum, as I understand it.
Ear holes.
Seriously though, stop talking to Ferdinand's chicken. Okay, stop. Go find yourself a pet parrot or something. Seriously.
But your chicken's lonely and desires to converse with its master.
Don't say that word either. No M word.
Huh.
What's going on with these? I don't even.
And she will pull out thousands of dollars in cash and just hand it over.
Byron got cock blocked by Vet.
Okay, here. Ferdinand.
God damn it, I want to punch you right now, Drew. And you're actually close enough for me to do it.
Whatever you want. I spent your share on the chicken coop. Here's your share tonight.
Well, she'll hand $1,000 directly to the little
my-
boy holding the chicken.
Here.
What?
Yeah.
Just put it inside of my clothes.
Put it in my
We'll
shoe.
find out with his new friend. Yeah.
Yay!
And please, in all seriousness, have a great time while you're there. I just want to know decor things. If it's more fashionable.
Sure. Thanks.
And she'll get up. If you'll excuse me, I do have a club to attend to. Have a terrific evening, and she will get up and walk out.
Okay.
All right. So you
Since-
said this was okay. So it's on the Camarilla side of the border, right?
Mhm.
Let me see.
Hey,
Well, no,
I-
it's on the north side.
I'm just looking at the
Actually,
map.
it would be like right here. No, not right there. It's outside the loop. It'd be like right there.
Yeah, so it's kind of a border thing. Okay, okay.
Do you know where Nakoma is?
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's what
over
I
there
was-
by the Sam's Club.
Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of straddles in that area. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's in the area where Burlington Coat Factory is.
Yes.
mhm.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
there's a nightclub there.
Shoe Carnival.
So, Jason,
Mhm.
awareness and perception, please.
Great. Oh wait. Away for some odd reason. Oh,
You don't notice anything down at the lower floor as you peek your head up and take a quick glance around.
I'm gonna lock eyes with the bartender. I'm gonna look at him until he looks at me, and then
He'll just shake his head.
no, okay, and I give him a thumbs up.
He'll nod at you.
Hey, thanks for the security, Seeley, or not Seeley, Ardith. Sorry. I appreciate the looking out.
No problem. You do realize that when I tell somebody no furries allowed, the bartender still looks at me. Because I usually don't get furries in me bar.
I've seen a few,
Okay.
and I'd rather stay away from them right now. Speaking of, hey Byron, how about I do this favor for you for this Ashley chick, and later on, you help me out in maybe killing something. Could we do that one?
Dude, we're in a coterie. We don't have to bargain favors.
No,
Just as long as it doesn't break the rules, I'm happy to help you out.
You say that now. Just you wait.
No, like I said, man. We're in a coterie. It's
Wait
my
till-
pleasure.
Wait till you see the rats with Uzis. And he's just gonna kind of shake his head.
I'm like, dude, why do you think I'm learning animalism so I can talk to animals? Because apparently that seems to be what y'all do a lot of.
Yeah, and at that point, you are going to be the cheese.
Yeah.
So what do we know about this Bites place?
Well, it's just opening, so I think we should go put our party clothes on and go.
Party clothes. I'm in my party clothes. It's
Really
now.
now?
Combat fatigues.
Says the man with, a pawn shop full of the gaudiest, pimpinest jewelry around.
Hey, Ardith, I brought you this. I'm gonna pull out that watch with the garrote. Here, thank you for the help.
I pick it up and look at it.
Try the winder there.
Okay, I'm going to mess with the winder to change it.
Like you broke it now.
Ah.
Here, I'm gonna show him. Zzz. Here,
As
have
it's,
fun with that one.
as it's not actually a garrote, it's one of those GPS watches. You just activated the help me beacon.
That's the most James Bond shit I got sold.
all of a sudden, I get a call. It says, "Stay right where you are. Help is on its way."
It costs like 25,000 every time you activate that thing.
He had a straight up military buzz cut. He came in, and like 10 minutes after, FBI came in asking about it. So I don't know where it come from, but you can keep it.
Maybe I'll pull it in the middle of the club.
Jesus, Blade, calm down.
Hey, do we know if chickens are allowed at this club?
They are tonight.
Good.
Bok, bok, bok.
Hey, no talking to the chicken.
I wasn't. I was giving a chicken war cry.
that's offensive to him.
It's
All right.
offensive to the chicken. I love it. I love it.
Uh,
I think
So
we'll be fine. I don't think the person would approve if Ashley was upset.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll be fine with the chicken.
Yeah, they'll just assume you're a Malkavian anyway, so it's cool.
uh, who's
You're the one wearing the fish hat over there.
yeah, nice get up there, Mister.
Hey, it's not my fault you ain't got no style.
Okay, okay, Mister Cloak. I'll keep. Um, I think Ardith is the driver. He's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, or we could just Uber. I like that option. I think that's a little better. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just Uber today.
Silly goose, I like that.
What did he say?
Stop appropriating chicken culture.
Exactly. Let the chicken define his own culture.
All right. Um, given that, y'all, how are y'all choosing to go there? Uber, driving in a car because you guys have multiple cars.
Bring around the loner. No, just kidding.
Not the lower again. No more lower.
We're gonna take one of my better cars.
Which one is one of the better cars? What type of car is it?
It's not a loner.
So are we looking at like a standard sedan?
We're gonna take a Zion Cube.
All right.
Are you sure about this one, Ardith? It looks a little top heavy.
It's safe.
That's what he said.
So
It's a very safe car. Sort of. I mean, it's boxy, provides all-around comfort, and a club. We could take the Hearst. That's fine too.
let's not show up in a body bag.
Actually, you have no idea how that'll actually impress the crowd or not.
I'll go with the cube. More room for the chicken.
I think a Hearst would be better. That'd be fun.
You got access to a hearse?
Sure.
I mean, you're driving. It's whatever you want, I guess.
Yes, we're gonna take the Hearst.
Alrighty then.
Sorry, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something from my pool house.
All right, this seems like a good moment to take a short break. People in the audience, do you have any questions for us?
Cocktails, concerns, throwing knives. No?
Complaints, gripes.
Although, Silly Goose, I would say showing up to a vampire bar in a hearse is a classy move.
I mean, sure. I would not expect Ardith to have access to a hearse, but that's
I've got
I've
lots
never
of,
ridden in one.
lots
So,
of
yeah.
stuff. So
While we're on a break, I want to mention something. And another one of the channels did it, and I haven't been doing it, so I am going to point it out. I need to give some love out to one of the creators who's on YouTube. He doesn't really do Twitch, but Chris Zack is the original administrator for the White Wolves RPG gameplay and media group that's on Facebook. He also is Twin Cities by Night. If you want to see more content from creators, please join the White Wolves RPGs gameplay and and media group. A lot of creators post there. It's a very good thing, and you'll see reviews there. You'll see Caffeinated Conquest. They're currently doing Wraith the Oblivion, streaming it here on Twitch, and they are also uploading it to YouTube. If you want to see the strangest set of questions answered, that you can't see what was asked, that is the best stream to do it because they interact with their audience. And when they interact with their audience, primarily me, you hear some of the strangest shit you've ever heard before. Sometimes the phrase is yes. You kind of do want to jerk off into that guy's mailbox.
Shh. There's nobody there.
I think the most recent episode was called "Where's My Lowly Hollow Harem?" Don't name the episode that. So please take a look into that channel. I posted it in the chat. Like I said, there's a lot of creators there, and also they have other branching out groups that occasionally show up, including like Wraith the Oblivion group, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vampire the Masquerade, things like that. So there are some other groups that are associated with it. Just check it out, and a lot of the people there are really cool people. And one of the things that Twin Cities really wanted to make sure of when they set up the channel is that there's not all of this clutter of just random comments. So when I go live, I post it onto the group, and whenever I upload there, I also upload to my Twitter, which is twitter.com/coolimp. My Patreon is patreon.com/coolimp. And yes, I am being a complete and utter whore about this. Is everybody back yet?
I didn't leave.
Yeah, I'm here. I might have to bounce out again here in a few minutes. But, I mean, I'm here. So, but I may have to mute every once in a while so you don't hear the screams. So.
And what are you doing to the youngin'?
Oh, his mom's coming home and she is mad because he hasn't cleaned his room in 2 weeks.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah. So she had me go get the rake out of the pool house because she told him if he didn't get his room clean, she was just going to start throwing stuff away since tomorrow's trash day. So I'm assuming she's going to use the rake to basically scoop stuff into the dumpster.
Oh, awesome. That's the way you do it.
Mm-hmm. So,
on a side note, that is literally what my wife's mother used to do. If Laura didn't have her room clean, she would come in with the trash bag, and she didn't care if it was her most treasured teddy bear. If it was on the floor when she walked in, it went in the garbage bag, went in the trash can.
Oh, yeah. Nope. So
we are waiting for Jason and Victoria now. I was just whoring myself out. Yes, I will freely admit that I feel like a complete and utter whore trying to pimp myself out to increase the production quality on the stream.
Hey, no, man, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And while I pet my cute little puppy that Laura bought. Plus, right before we get into the club seemed like a good point to take a quick break as well.
Yeah, I can't believe my sense of awesome fashion was being insulted. That's a little racist, I think. That's anti-Victorian.
Admittedly, there may be a big continuity change in my universe if Joan happens to live through this next episode of your game.
We'll see. We'll see what you do with the Malfian. So.
Oh,
I'm
Joan ain't
totally
doing
ready
shit
to
with the
punch
Malfian.
you.
Joan ain't doing shit with that thing. She's gonna kill the Giovanni. She's gonna leave the R Giovanni and the Asimite to take care of the Malfian.
I just want to see the Bruja punch that Malfian in the nose like it was a shark.
Oh,
By the way, it took me going through 4 different source books to find which Malfians you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I was not even thinking about Wraith the Oblivion. I'm like, okay, Book of the Worm.
Nope.
Not in here. Okay,
Nope.
Werewolf Second.
Nope.
Not in here. Werewolf Revised.
Nope.
Werewolf's Player. Werewolf's
Nope.
Revised Player.
Nope.
By the way, for anyone curious, I actually have those books up on my shelf over here. And then I'm like,
sorry, go ahead.
maybe Book the Umbra and the Velvet Shadow?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Since everybody's back and everybody's ready, you all load up into the the hearse, And it is a nice looking hearse. It isn't disheveled or anything like that.
Who had a hearse?
Nice stiff mobile.
Apparently, Drew's character has a hearse, and I'm not willing to fight him on this because hearses aren't super expensive.
No,
No,
they're not.
they're really not, scandalously enough. I just wasn't aware of that. Otherwise, I would have dressed entirely different.
Fine. The club's gonna still be open. If you wish to go back and change, you may.
No, it's all right. I've already committed to the look, so just have to remember for next time.
So as you arrive outside the club, like you see a lot of vampire clubs like this. There's always a line around the building. Every really good vampire club has this. You don't know why, because you guys aren't in the business that much, and Millennium is a different type of club.
It's just a bunch of humans dominated to stand there all night.
Well, you know, if they're vampires waiting out there, they got all the time in the world to wait.
And of course, they would be gone by last call anyways.
Yep.
So you arrive outside the club. And this is one of the most audacious things you have ever seen for a vampire club. Besides the line around the club, there is a big sign above the entrance that it looks like a neck and a pair of fangs with this really bright ruby lipstick.
Real subtle.
The best way I can describe it is, who has seen Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yep.
All of us, I think.
That color of lipstick is on the surrounding the fangs that's biting into this neck. And there's a little droplet of blood, and it's this really gaudy neon sign. It is probably one of the most vulgar things you've ever seen. Vulgar is like the mage type of vulgar, just out there in the public. You notice that the bouncer, of course, is standing there. He's looking all tough. And looking at him, you don't even have to like try and notice. He looks like a ghoul. Ripped, buffed, all the way down. Like, if you were to take off his shirt, he would have not a keg, but like 4 or 5 different 6-packs around his body. Guy is ripped.
So he can't move his arms.
Yeah, I'm down here. Try and get me now, man. I'm down here.
Tough time masturbating, but he can still punch you in the face.
Below his lats.
It is the most ostentatious thing you've seen, and you're driving up in a hearse. Yes, silly goose.
Great. Let's make an entrance, I think.
And you don't even, again, this seems to be another vampire club thing. The bouncer looks at you waves you in. And you imagine some of these people have been standing out here since like 6 o'clock. You hear a lot of cries of, "What the hell, man?" And so forth and so on.
Hey, friend, can you touch your hands behind your back? Is that possible? Thank you.
And since I'm wearing my fishnet shirt, with my crow makeup on it.
He's so big that he can't reach up.
He does it, and when he does it, you see all of the glamour muscles just pop and look beautiful to you.
You should do competitions, my friend.
Indeed.
You're a piece of meat there. Enjoy your night.
I don't cheat like that. Go on in.
Sure.
Now, unlike some of the other vampire clubs like Ashley's Forge and Millennium's, much the same way as this place, there's a single set of doors going in. And however, inside, and by the way, it is a Friday night at this point because we've actually gone 2 weeks in the Chronicle.
Been a hell of a ride.
The place is packed. Along the left-hand side of the bar, and I would have actually had a blue diagram for you, but again, this has been a long fucking week. There is a bar that runs the length of the building. It's not something that you don't see, and it's something that's a very common thing to see. It goes all the way down. At the end of the bar, there's an emergency exit, and there's a private, looks like a manager's office that goes behind the bar. and there's also a set of double doors that leads to the back. You don't smell any food being cooked, so you imagine that's where they pick up the glasses and take them back to be washed. The floor looks like to be made out of solid marble. You have no idea how, but it looks like solid marble. Around the place, there are plenty of booths lining the walls, and there are also stand-up tables with tall bar stools by them. So there's plenty of place for people to stand. There's plenty of people, plenty of places for people to dance. And tell the Becky I said hi.
She says, "What's up?"
Just describing a bar called the First Bite.
We're about to burn a bar down.
Ooh.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
And blame it on the chicken.
I thought when you said you wanted me to make
Admittedly,
an
at this
entrance,
point,
wanted
you could make it drink gasoline and it would do it willingly.
No, because she can't talk to the chicken. I, however, can.
But I'm
Kind
playing
of.
a crack,
No, you can't. Don't talk to our chicken.
All
Becky
right.
says- so she plays a Korax so she can talk to the chicken. Make
Not
it
in this
all
game, she
inferior.
don't. Everyone,
All right.
I'd like you to give me alertness perception.
Okay. Okay.
Oh crap! What the hell did I do?
You broke it all.
You want to use your heightened senses, Victoria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's using. Ferdinand's using Auspex.
Okay, what level aspects does Ferdinand have? One
Just
or two?
one.
All right, so reduce the difficulty by 1, so 5.
Okay. So I'm at.
It said alertness perception.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, 2, or
I
sorry,
got
3.
one.
Byron has 2 in aspects?
Mhm.
All right. And then 2. There's something off about the floor, about the dance floor specifically. You can't identify what it is from this angle, or it could be how far you're away, but a piece of marble shouldn't be that big.
Fett has an idea. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, just chill for a sec," and he's gonna go out and pretend to dance. And when he does, he's gonna try to use protein and like stomp the floor hard enough to see if it'll crack.
Potence, you mean?
Or potence, yes.
I was like, dude, what kind of protein are you rocking there? I need some of that.
Potence.
Protein shake 101. Let's do this.
And my character sheet went away, but I will spend a blood point just for those 2 successes and roll my 4.
Just roll your strength.
And for the record, I don't want this to be like a huge, like, break everything. I just want to see if it'll crack more than marble would. Okay.
Does not crack.
Oh.
Crack his back.
Your foot actually reverberates as you slam your foot down on it.
Whoa.
So
Ooh.
this is either something that is very, very dense, or it could be very large with a lot of mass.
I'm going to try to moonwalk back and not do it because I don't know how. And then turn around and be like, yeah, that's not marble. That's something else. That feels like metal or something super dense. It made my leg feel like it was a tuning fork.
Tuna foot.
No.
All right.
Me. Never mind.
Something I forgot to mention, as you walk in, there is kind of an antechamber, but it's a gift shop for the place. You notice that there's a couple of guys there, and they're trying, and this beautiful woman who's behind the counter is selling them up on a couple of T-shirts with the same.
T-shirts.
Yeah, they're going full merch. With like this, it's just like the neon outside. There's a pair of fangs biting into a neck on these T-shirts.
Do you have T-shirts, Artis?
Do I have T-shirts for a club?
For your club.
No, because I don't want sycophants wearing my t-shirts everywhere.
Huh.
All right.
I have cigarette cases. That's
Yeah,
much
cigarette
better.
cases. Okay, okay. All right, I can work with that.
And everyone give me perception occult. Or, sorry, perception awareness walking into the place. I forgot a couple of my notes.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the difficulty?
Just 6.
Okay, so I got 1 success. The whoa!
Oh,
Difficulty
hold on.
80.
Oh, Ferdinand got a lot.
Yeah, I have no successes.
That's all right. So Fett and Ferdinand can tell there's at least some type of magic here. Byron knows that there's something special about the place. At least it might be a simple ward, but you can't tell because you could just walk on by it. It just might be detection, as far as you can tell, but it's nothing directly harmful to you.
Ferdinand's gonna whisper to Fett that there's some kind of magic around here.
Yeah, I feel it too. It always itches on my elbow. You feel it? In your elbow? No? Yes? I don't know. Hey, wizard. Hey, weirdo.
What's up?
There's some magic in here. I don't know what. I got the
Not-
elbow itch.
You get the elbow itch?
Yeah.
Snap.
All right. In addition to this, there is club music playing, Daft Punk, house stuff. You even when you're walking through it, you even heard Rednecks, Cotton Eye Joe, because it's the most recognizable song that they have.
Yeah. I'm all about that Daft Punk. But
And you notice something. It doesn't have a lot of decoration along the walls, but it has these really nice curtains. The curtains that draw up and then it's tied with something. And you notice that it looks like it appears, at least. If there's seams on it, you don't know where they are. They've hidden them though very well. The VIP room, which seems to bisect the building, has this really bright red to it. And as the curtains draw closer to the doors, that bright red slowly turns darker into a brownish color. Everyone gives me a wits and crafts roll.
What's the diff?
Just 6. If you don't have crafts, it's going to be 7. Or sorry, 8. I apologize.
Nope, I see nothing. I know nothing.
Ferdinand does not have crafts.
Okay. Vasily, does he have crafts?
Yes.
Okay. And Byron?
Does not, but I got a 9.
All right. So Vasily realizes that it's a color pattern. The bright red makes your throat hunger a little bit. Byron realizes he's a little bit hungrier looking at the VIP section and not as hungry looking at the exit.
Hey, maybe we stay outside the VIP area. I get the feeling that
it's not actually making you hungry. It's something about the color.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. The color there is pretty aggravating to our thirst. So let's not go in there, at least quite yet.
All right. So, yeah, this is a perfect time for us to do our group selfie. So, yeah.
No.
No, seriously, legit.
No,
Post
no
up.
pictures. No pictures.
Oh, Fett, why do you have to ruin our way around the game mechanics? Using a camera and checking it later, we can see things that are hidden by obfuscate or other magical concealment that we cannot see with our eyes.
No, I'm just putting my hand out in front of your camera, and then like where my face would be.
All right.
No
So
pictures.
I will pose his hand so it looks a little more fashionable.
No pictures, both hands. That doesn't want his picture taken. He's
That's all right.
in full alert mode.
I'll put out my fist with both rings.
We put Ferdinand on our shoulders with the chicken.
Now, amongst the room, you notice that there's a couple of booths where the strangest of things is happening. There's at least 1 or 2 vampires openly feeding, and no one seems to notice.
Ew.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to spend 2 points of blood on dexterity, spend a point of willpower on for this roll. I'm going to do a dex stealth and record the hell out of this shit.
I'm not sure I like this place.
Yeah.
Even
So-
more than before.
I'm gonna upset everyone and just use quietest.
What are you, like an old man? Ask Mike. I don't like this noise.
All right.
I hate this music.
Dex Athletics, difficulty 4.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I was doing dex stealth. So
They don't
It's the
seem to be
same
hiding it in general.
Well, like I said, but there's a difference because somebody see you filming that shit, you might end up in an alley with the trash.
They seem to continue to neck.
All right. That's all right. That's all right. And then I'm going to auspex the crap out of them to see if they're actually vampires.
Give me that perception empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty 8.
3, 5, 8.
I don't have any empathy.
It shows. It shows.
Yeah, he's a vampire.
Okay. That's right, because, it don't do no good to put this crap up for the prince if it's just some dude who's all David Blaining it.
After a moment or two, he settles back in with her. She places her head on his shoulder, and no one seems to have even noticed about this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In fact, some people are applauding it, mostly because, as you guys can reckon, they think this is a part of a show,
Yeah.
given the theme of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say we find the owner and have a polite conversation?
That's going to be a little difficult. So I am going to generically do another aura percept to see if I can determine if vampires are the only supernaturals in here.
All right. Again, same roll.
Okay.
Perception and empathy, difficulty 8.
I'm going to spend a point of willpower on this also. I'm going to need to willpower up soon.
How many willpower points do you have left?
3 after this.
Okay. Yeah, there's sparkly auras in here. There's vivid auras in here. There's a few... Oh, I forget what their auras look like. Hold on 1 second. I want to describe this in game terms rather than just mechanics. Where is it? There are some rainbow highlighted auras. And there's even some weak auras that seem to fade out for a moment and come back in, as well as the obvious pale spotted auras that you expected to see in here.
Okay.
About half the people in here are just normal mortals who are just having a good time. They have, at least as far as you can tell, because we're doing a broad scan, not a specific scan, none of their auras seem psychotic. None of them seem magic-laced.
All right. So, yeah, just be careful because there's probably shapeshifters and other critters in here from what I can tell.
And those critters they don't even seem to notice or pay attention to the vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them even bump into each other, they apologize, and they go back to what they were doing.
So, from what you're saying there, Grand Vizier, is this place is full of all kinds of stuff, and they all just applauded at this fake show that was a real show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Some of them did, not all of them. A lot of people aren't even paying attention to it. They're just having a good time, enjoying the club.
All right, so we'll kind of scooch a little out of the way so we can talk real quick. And I'm gonna be like, based on all the evidence so far, I'm wondering if there's some kind of enchantment on this place that basically makes you ignore the weird.
Um, based on what my leg tells me, that dancing floor is all weird, so that wouldn't go far. And my elbow's itching. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. So, but if you go out on the dance floor, you could probably get enchanted by it and carry it with you, probably to the borders of this place. So, and since you're a vampire, you would notice vampire stuff and probably not give a crap about shapeshifter or fae or whatever the hell else is in here. Just
That-
like they're doing backwards.
Do me a favor. Give me a perception and awareness. Difficulty 6.
Whom?
Fet.
All right.
2 things I always tell people to get: at least 1 dot in awareness, at least 1 dot in investigation.
Nothing. Oh, investigation. That was the wrong roll.
No. That's the right roll.
Okay.
Now I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
Let me try that.
Test. Yeah, just a little bit.
I'll turn you down.
So, you think nothing's affecting you. You seem like your normal everyday Fet, itchy elbow and knee issue.
I'm gonna spend a blood point and turn towards the corner and make the sign of thought, and see if it'll dispel any enchantments on myself.
That's a good plan.
Let me pull out my book again because I'm not familiar with this. Spend a blood point, Dexical. Yep.
That's a good roll.
That it is.
Although, I'll have to do some research on this.
Okay.
It doesn't say that it can remove an effect that's already on you.
Hmm.
But I'm going to let it pass for now, and we'll treat it that way at the moment.
Okay.
I'll probably go to the forums and ask some questions about that, see if there's any other second opinions on it. But yeah, anything that you had on you as magical enchantments are gone, but you didn't feel anything get removed.
I think it's too subconscious, because I feel fine. Nothing changed.
Is
Right.
everyone a little bit closer to the dance floor now?
Sure.
Give me again perception and alertness.
I thought we were still inside the front entrance.
No.
Oh no, we've gone in and wandered around and all this, that, and the other.
Well, I know we took a selfie. I figured we took it near the entrance so we could see the rest of the club.
And that's why I said he went out to go do his wild chicken dance, and so you said perception.
Yeah, that's it. I'm using quietus in this place.
Hold on, so 3, 6, yeah.
Difficulty is going to be 4. All right. This marble, because that's what it looks like, seems to cover the entire dance floor. With your aspects on, you do not see any magical enchantments on it. If there are any enchantments, it's deep into it. It's not something surface level.
Still, there's something weird going on here.
About this time, someone, because I want you to do this, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to give you guys this. Someone accidentally slips and falls, and a glass cuts open their foot a little bit. You see a couple waitresses come out. They sweep up the glass, but the woman got cut on her foot. Now, everyone give me perception alertness one more time. I'm using a lot of dice rolls. This normally isn't my game.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Ferdinand is
One.
5 on this one.
All right.
Good call.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 3.
I don't see your roll, Byron.
It's it got pushed up. It's like a grouped with my previous one when it says 4.
Okay.
They both say 4 successes.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
4.
difficulty was 6. Yeah.
No,
Well, no,
difficulty's
usually
4 for you. Because you have 2
okay.
levels in aspects, remember?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. So, Vasily notices it. Everyone notices it. The blood that was on the marble seems to disappear.
Hmm.
Great.
We got a blood-sucking stone now. This is exactly what I need in my city. Awesome.
Now, here's the thing. It doesn't seem to be affecting the blood on her foot. But whenever she sets her foot down and blood is left behind, as soon as no one who's mortal seems to be looking at it, it seems to just absorb it up and process it. You don't know what it's doing with it. By the way, for everyone watching, I'm known to make up my own artifacts and my own magical items. And yes, they can be kind of single-focused in some of their purposes.
How much you guys want to bet there's a basement in Texas?
He's making a child, I tell you.
I'm pretty sure there's a basement too. It's a matter of getting to it that's going to be the difficult part.
I wonder how much it costs to dig out that limestone. Too much. Yeah.
So who has obfuscate in this group?
You're not getting away in this place.
Yeah. Well,
other than that, the floor just seems like a good dance floor.
I got a plan.
All right, go for it.
Hey,
What's the plan?
Let's go use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
That's
We'll
not
back.
creepy at all.
Awkward.
He's my little brother.
Yeah. So a child, a chicken, and then a creepy older Eastern European guy decide to go into a bathroom at a nightclub.
Yeah.
That sounds like the beginning of a really bad joke.
Exactly.
Or the start of a list of charges. But okay.
Wasn't that the joke?
I don't know. We'll see how it ends.
All right. We're going to wait on the big stall.
Dude with the wheelchair gives you an eye.
This might take a minute. You guys start scouting, go do whatever you want, you know? I'll find you.
Okay.
So wait on the big stall.
Like it's high school.
No, it's a good plan. All right. Once we get the big stall, I'm gonna take the chicken and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Ferd, stand on the toilet seat, and I'll turn around. You turn invisible, and I'll leave, and you just follow me."
Okay.
Okay. There we
Are you
go.
holding the chicken now, Fett?
Yeah, I'm holding the chicken.
All right.
Hey, Kylo.
Hold him careful.
I got him.
Okay.
What's the name of the chick again?
Kylo.
Kylo Hen.
Kylo Hen.
Kylo Hen seems to struggle when you hold it and is actively trying to get free from you.
Bet you
Can
wish
I
you could
shush
talk to
him and
chickens.
tell him it's okay?
It calms down a little bit, but it's obviously uncomfortable with who's holding him.
This might not work. We might have been foiled by the chicken.
He loves me the best.
I actually did not expect a chicken in this, so yeah.
Here we go.
Can
How about you sit on my shoulders, and I'll put the chicken near you.
okay,
Yeah? Does that work?
do that.
Does that calm the chicken down? I'll kind of hold the chicken up almost on my shoulder, like in between my...
Is
That'll
there
work.
some poor guy trying to rinse his hands desperately to get away from whatever's going on in this bathroom stall?
All right.
Avert your eyes.
So I'm going to just stroll back and try to find the party. The coterie.
All right, not a problem. During this about 20-minute interlude that it takes for them to go and come back, what do you guys do? Beginning with Drew.
I'm gonna wander probably over to the bar and find out what time, like when did this, if he knew when this club opened. Like I know it opened tonight, but when did construction start?
Well, we didn't have to do a lot of construction, man. I don't know. They just hired me.
Who would know this?
I guess the owner. She's back in the VIP tonight.
And that is through those doors of curtains of red.
His eyes flash for a moment. He's like, "Yeah, you could get back there easily."
Okay, where's your DJ at?
The DJ is on a big stage. Amongst everything else, your eyes glazed over him because it's not the biggest thing in the world. On the opposite side of the bar, the opposite side of the entrance, there is a DJ booth on a large stage that could hold like a 5-piece heavy metal band. It could almost fit Guar.
Dude, that is totally what we should do next, is all learn performance and become a band.
Right. I'm just going to take that and throw it out the window.
The DJ seems to be into a groove. He's not really taking requests, but he is up on stage and he's like, yeah, pumping up the crowd. Every now and then in between songs while he's mixing and stuff.
I don't like this music.
Okay. Do you tell him that?
Yeah. I mean, what music is playing right now? What
House.
Doesn't matter.
House.
So it's a really snarky doctor who disagrees with everything.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like this music.
Sorry, man. This is what they pay me to play. I'm playing what they pay me to play.
That's a good idea. You go ahead and do that. Quietest.
Wow. Just
All
like
right.
that.
So, Drew.
Yeah, I know.
Do you really want to do that? Are you sure?
Let me think about this. That silenced everything in like a 20 meter range?
10-meter range per success.
Thank you.
Halfway through our conversation.
You know what? I'll let it slide.
Sorry, man. Can't play anything else. Maybe when they have a live band, you can suggest a live band that you like better.
When did they hire you?
Me? Couple nights ago? Why?
All right, never mind. You keep playing.
Everybody, let's get set up. Who's ready to raise this house up? And the crowd seems to go riled at that, and you see him set up the next track, and it starts playing.
See electric slide.
I am so tempted. I'm like, I don't like this place.
It's a shame it burned down on its opening night with everybody trapped inside.
I know, right? I'm just.
This place actually has emergency exits.
I'm almost tempted to pull out my flaming swords. Let's go.
Go for it, Blade.
What? You don't even notice any bloodletting? I'm gonna help you notice it all.
Did you guys actually try to make it in with your weaponry?
I just assumed he bladed his way in.
Yeah, I went in with all mine. I was ready for war.
I got so I went in with my cane, with my walking cane.
Yeah, they'll let you in with the cane, but they're not letting someone with a full-fledged sword on their hip.
He's got a 2 on his back, a bandolier of steaks.
I mean, if you're wearing a coat, you could possibly hide like a pistol or a knife, but you're not walking in with a sword on your hip. You can't hide that in San Antonio.
Yeah, but it's legal to open carry now.
Now it is, not in 2017.
Oh.
Because we're still in January of 2017.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say September of 2017. But
and even then, they have something similar to a 30-06 on their door.
It's all right. I brought my ego. That's all
No,
the weapons.
I don't have guns, so I just have swords. You know what? I don't have swords. I'll put them. They'll be left in the car. That's fine. I've still got all my daggers.
As long as they're hidden.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hide them all over everyone.
Excellent.
So,
In
the
the words of
DJ
the Tick, he was looking for a place to hold his knife, and nobody was working with him.
So yes, you are easily able to bring some of your knives in. However, the DJ just keeps going about doing his music thing,
Okay.
and he seems to be in a groove. And some of the women around the DJ booth seem to be grooving on him too. Byron, what are you doing during this time frame?
I am dancing on the dance floor, and I'm going to surreptitiously drop some blood onto it and see what happens with Auspex.
It just absorbs the blood.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
All right. So let me check my character sheet for something real quick. I do. I'm going to make an intelligence science roll to see if I can determine if that is a natural property of this particular stone that they're using, or it is something that has been manufactured to do that.
Even without the science roll, you know it's not supposed to do that.
Okay. I mean, it could be limestone, super porous limestone that's made to look like marble. So, all right, cool.
I mean, come on, even clay will absorb blood, but not at that quick of a rate.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, all right.
Oh my God, silly goose.
He's always tearing it up.
What did he say this time?
I came for war. I came ready for war. This is why I don't believe Ashley sent this crew just to check the place out.
Yeah.
Well, I did have all my gear. I mean, it's still, I still got it in the hearse. I can go get it.
All right.
I can take this club apart one brick at a time.
All right.
Hey, I'm down with that, man. Y'all are anarchs. That's how you roll. That's why I picked y'all for this stuff.
There's only one freaking club, besides Ash's, of course. Yeah.
There's only one really good club in San Antonio to begin with. All right. So you notice that only Fett comes back out of the bathroom.
Only because she has wards.
Hi guys. What did you want to get checked out?
What?
What did you do to Ferdinand and the chicken?
Look, there's only one of me, and I'm gonna kind of waggle my hands like jazz hands.
Well, you could see about trying to find a way into that basement, because we all know it's there.
All right.
Generally, these places have an entrance behind the bar, so they can get the kegs of beer down there. And
I'm going to grasp the chicken with my both hands, not firmly, but securely. And Victoria's in the restroom, but Ferdinand will start looking for the basement entrance.
All right. First, I need Dex and Athletics. Difficulty.
Ferdinand has graceful.
That counts. So -1 to the difficulty. So only difficulty 7.
And Ferdinand will spend a willpower, because this is an important role.
All right.
And Ferdinand has chameleon, so perhaps he will get that back.
Chameleon as a
nature.
Yes, would get that back.
Excellent.
All right. Ferdinand needs to roll me perception and alertness. Difficulty 6.
Also use heightened senses. And he has
Difficulty 5 then.
He has careful as well.
Careful doesn't count in this case.
Very well.
All right. And when Ferdinand gets back, I'll describe what Ferdinand finds.
Okay.
In the meantime, while Ferdinand wanders off and you guys have no idea where he goes, what do you guys do?
Right. This is chicken.
How much obfuscate does Ferdinand have? Just 1 or 2?
2.
Okay, cool.
If you want to, you can make a contested roll.
Nah, not interested.
So we'll find out where that basement is in a minute. What else have you noticed? Anything weird? Dude, that bathroom line. I'm glad I don't got to deal with that anymore.
So you have to start pooping chicken legs out.
You hear
Oh.
from over your shoulder, yeah, me too, man, me too.
Yeah. Victoria has returned. You're looking for the basement.
Ferdinand does not find the basement. The reason for the first roll is to navigate a loud, crowded group of people. The second was to see if he found anything during the course of it. Doesn't find anything.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
Nothing that would lead to a basement.
No basement. What else do you want to look for?
Huh.
Like we're outside.
Well,
It won't base me that our quarry or our main.
Now, mind you, she is only going into he's only going into places that he can get to.
Yeah.
So when the doors go to the back, he can slip in through there, and that's not a problem for him. When the doors reopen, he slips back through with the doors flip-flopping back and forth.
Like
it's not a bad idea, though. The entrance might be outside.
Yeah. He's going to go look around outside and try to find something strange outside.
I would suggest you both go because,
All right.
strength in numbers.
That's fine. Well, here, you...
Not even making you roll for it. As you walk outside, it takes you about 10 minutes to walk around the building. And you walk all the way down to the Sam's Club and all the way back. There's no outside entrance into this place. Besides the fire exits, which you notice there is one for the VIP section. There's two for the VIP section. One on the far wall and one on the opposite wall of the entrance from where the VIP room entrance is. But there's no direct entrance into like an underground chamber or anything like that.
So I'm going to text back in our group text. Nothing goes down. Everything. There's two VIP emergency exits. One might be a escape route, I think. Besides that, nothing looks unusual as far as I can tell. As far as we can tell. I'm going to come. Hey, Ferd, do you mind if I drop off the Kylo Hen in the car? He's been fighting me this whole time. Okay.
Before you come back, block off those exits.
I guess as long as you make sure he can't get out.
All right. Not making you roll for this, but you do see security cameras looking over these positions.
No, I'm going to text back. I've got eyes on me. I can't. And we're going to, I'm going to go drop off Kylo Hen, give him some birdseed out of Ferdinand's going to drop some birdseed. I'm going to pick it up and throw it in there. And then we'll go back into the club and lock all the doors. Leave the window cracked a little bit.
This is where we need a chicken with potence.
The chicken
We're
has
working on it.
potence, but the chicken has potence. Nobody can talk to or command the chicken to do anything.
Yep.
No, I mean a lot of potence.
One dot of potence is enough.
That way it can stand in front of the door. Just go bark, 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 bark.
Heck!
We want to make the Zelda cuckoo. That's the plan.
Even if the camera sees the chicken, there's nothing they can do about it. They go to open the door. Nope, chicken's holding the door closed. Just by standing there.
Oh, man. Oh.
If it goes sideways, it'll just be fried chicken. No evidence.
Mind you, a chicken is still a very soft target, just to point out.
Not if it gets fortitude as well.
That's right.
All right.
Chicken is unstoppable.
So you set the chicken back down inside of the inside the hearse.
It's a cative chicken ghoul.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah. Make sure it's all locked.
Yeah, make sure it's locked. Make sure the chicken has food and water and all that stuff.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's not. I'm not gonna be that big of a dick.
I'll run down to the corner store if I need to.
Yes, to pick up some chicken food.
Like I said, The chicken is well fed. It doesn't eat anything because it's been fed like 3 or 4 times tonight.
Good.
It has.
Fatten him up, make him strong.
However, does Ferdinand break off you skate or does Ferdinand keep it on?
I mean, you'd probably keep it.
Yep.
All right.
So he's gonna stay hidden.
So y'all go back into the club again. That pretty woman who is behind the counter, who is an absolute drop dead gorgeous woman, has seemed to have sold these 2 guys who have been here for a while, just chit chatting with her, about $200 in their merch.
I'm gonna walk up to her.
Hey there, sweetie, how you doing?
Hi, I like that shirt. How much that cost?
That shirt is $20.
Shit,
$20.
run! It's Joan in disguise.
Joan doesn't say sweetie that often.
In the arms of the abyss, crush Pat.
I'll take one of them and what else you got? What else is interesting?
Well, if you have a girlfriend, we have panties. I'm wearing a pair right now. They are absolutely comfortable.
Oh, good.
Pat just has a creepy little boy that hangs around him.
For you.
let me try those on. Let me try those on.
Hey, what was up with those jackos that just left? I see you wrung them out dry, yeah?
Yeah, it's easy. Right
Yeah.
smile with some types of guys, they'll buy $1,000 and not even know what they've spent it on.
Fools.
Absolutely.
So what do you drink? What do you want to drink?
I don't drink when I'm working.
All right. When do you get off?
Me, I'll get off around 4 a.m.
Okay.
But it won't be with you.
Well, you have a good night.
Oh, I will do my best. And if you want that shirt, just come back to me. My name is Elizabeth.
No, I'll take it right now.
Alrighty then. What color do you want?
Wait, Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
We have black, white, and red.
I think I'll go with white. Thank you.
That seems
All right.
a little racist.
Now, you look like an extra large guy, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, this is why I hate working customer service, because I just realized what I did without realizing what I had done.
Nope.
You picked up on it, right, Jason?
Oh, yeah. You got a good eye there, Elizabeth.
She'll pull out an extra large white T-shirt with the club logo on it and hand it to you. Now that's gonna be $20, darling.
Here you go.
She'll take it.
And,
Is it one of the hundreds that Ashley gave you?
no, this is out of Fet's pocket.
All right. She'll run.
All of Fet's Ashley money went to Ferdinand.
You see, she runs the 20 marker across it real quick, puts it into the drawer, and it's like, well, if you need anything else, you know where to come to. We also have shot glasses and these wonderful glass mugs.
When she opens the drawer, can I try to do a quick count?
You realize, do me perception alertness.
You're
Sure.
Ravnos now.
They wanted information.
This girl has excellent cash control. You realize this is the only 20 in her drawer at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
You can kind of get the glint barely off of something that reflects in your eye for just a second that there's a safe underneath there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a safe that looks like it's made to have lots of money drops into it throughout the night.
Okay.
And it even has a way of pumping out money for the drawer.
Is she on like the other side of the?
Yeah,
like,
she's on the other side of a counter.
Just kick it through the counter.
As I leave, I'm going to be like, hey, Elizabeth, what's your favorite soda?
Oh, mine? I
Yeah.
just like Coke.
You like Coke? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm going to go to the bar, order her a cherry Coke with a real cherry, and then I'm going to go back to my associates.
All right.
Oh, wait. And as I'm walking, I'm going to whisper to Ferd, hey, Ferd, that safe there. That's their money drop. Maybe go take a look in when you get a chance.
Peeping.
See how much they have. See what kind of funds we're talking. You want to do that?
Huh.
Ferd's gonna go do that.
All right. As Ferdinand, give me dexterity and athletics, difficulty 4. Because this room is kind of empty. All right, not a problem. Just making sure. Because you can bunch and just bump into her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a standard safe that you see in a lot of gas gas stations. It has a swipey card.
I think your wife's home.
Probably. It has a swipe card. There is a gray plastic stick that's numbered from 1 to 10. And the largest it has an entire row of 20s, 2 slots for 10s, 3 slots for 5s, and 3 slots for 1s.
Get out from under there.
Hi, Linda.
How much money is in the thing?
You'd have to break obfuscate to figure that out, because you'd have to take the stick and jam it down into each slot and do the math.
Oh.
The drops that they do in goes into a slot on the left-hand side. The slot pulls down, you slide in the pouch, and you push it forward, and it slides into the bottom of the safe.
Okay, I see now. I see. Okay.
And back into the main room while this is going on.
Oh, okay.
The music continues to pump out. The DJ, every couple of songs, comes in, gets a little bit more hype in the room, overdrawing syllables and things like that. And as you glance around, every now and then you see a couple people go into the VIP room. A couple people come out. There seems to be a flow of people going in and out. But there's this nice velvet rope that's preventing anyone who can't seem to get into the room. As Byron glances over them, because you still have the broad-span auspex on. And by the way, for anyone wondering, I do treat broadband auspex as a general sight and focusing as something different. I do treat them differently. You notice that only night folk are going into the VIP section.
And so am I.
Is Fett and Ardith going with them?
Oh no, Ardith, do you think you're good enough for the VIP room?
I mean,
Fett, go ahead.
yeah, I could kill a couple.
I think Fett's gonna stay out. Just he doesn't want to deal with the thirst.
That's
And
okay.
I'll keep some eyes out here. If you need something, just scream real loud, and I'll break through something.
All right, that's a legit plan.
And Ferdinand, you want to go with them?
Ferdinand's not back yet.
Oh yeah, as you were. Ferdinand will be along in a minute. He might show up. He might not. I don't know. I'll
That's
just
cool.
keep eyes on who's going in and out.
All right. So, yeah, I'll go on through.
He lets you by without a problem, and you, like outside when you walked into the club, you hear a couple of complaints, but they're quickly silenced as people really want to get back there, and this seems like an exclusivity thing. So there has to be something spectacular back there.
There is.
Did Ardith go too?
Yeah, Ardith has gone through. He's gonna go walking in with her.
All right. So as they both enter the room, the red drapes that were hanging around above the VIP door is what covers this entire room. In the center of the room, there seems to be a woman with a scar on both sides of her cheeks, one here, one here. And for those who can't see me, I'm cutting down from my cheek towards my ear type of area, type of scar. On both sides of her face. She's wearing a similar color dress to the drapes, but she really seems to pop in her dress. She stands out above all else.
There's just like that scene in The Matrix.
Actually, very much like that, but instead of the gray, dreary surroundings, they're all that same color of red. But she still stands out like like an LED light in the dark. Now, as Byron takes a look around the room, you notice that there seems to be a lot of powerful people in here, including the prince.
Well, now that was unexpected.
And this includes a guy sulking in the corner with a very vivid, bright aura. He doesn't seem happy, but he's present. There's a couple of other vivid auras. I'm gonna drop this. There's a couple of other Garu in the room, or at least other shifters in the room. There seems to be a few mages, and a host of vampires scattered throughout. What Artith sees is the sulking guy in the corner and the prince. The rest of these people you can't tell one from another. But in this room, they all seem to be socializing and mingling, except for the one guy in the corner.
Hmm.
And you realize the color at this point. Now that you're surrounded by this singular color, it makes you think of fresh blood as you've tapped into it. That bright, vivid red that comes out and you sometimes have to wipe away from your chin. And you think about the outside and the colors as you look from the VIP room to the exits. It's the shades of blood drying.
Yep. That's why we stayed outside.
It doesn't actually invoke you to be hungry. He is on stream. That might be child pornography.
What?
Going to a Scion game.
She's going to play Scion.
I have never played Scion.
Yeah, me either.
Is she just playing with her son, or?
No, he's going to bed. She's going over to Steve and Jim Brula's house. They're running a game.
Oh wow! Now I feel all ashamed. Anyways, it doesn't evoke you to actually be hungry, but you recognize the color now that you're surrounded by it. And you recognize the colors of drying blood because every vampire has seen blood slowly drying cake on something. It's almost like a hello and goodbye across the room. That's the vibe you get from the main room now that you've seen this room, because this room is inviting to you. It's not magically enhanced, but the colors the color palette is just a very nice color palette for your eyes. Your beast, as it rarely communicates in an effective manner, seems to be very pleased with itself. And you do get that feeling from your beast.
This was not what I expected to be on the other side of these curtains here, Ardith, just so you know.
And the woman in the center seems to be talking to a werewolf right now. Big burly guy, has a great big beard of bright red hair. His ears seem to be even slightly pointed. You don't know what that means as far as Laura goes, but you know what tribe he comes from.
Well, he had a big bushy beard.
And he actually has two different colored eyes. One is a vivid blue, and one is a bright green.
Well, I'm kind of at a loss as to what to do from here because, you know, the idea of burning this place down both got greatly increased but also decreased at the same time.
Yeah.
The prince seems to be in that same conversation, and they're not talking in hushed tones, but they're not talking loudly.
I think I think at this point we just kind of do a quick scan around the room, an acknowledgement, and get the hell out of here and go tell Ashley what's what.
What's up
Because
with the guy sulking in the corner?
yeah, you can go talk to him. Yeah. I'll stand here and look imperious.
Yes, I'm gonna go walk over and ask him what is wrong.
Why do you cry?
You are sad.
He
Not
has
that I
like
care.
3 bottles of Jameson in front of him. By
I'm
the
not
way,
drinking fast enough.
as you get over to him, off to the side, you see there's another 4 laying on the ground. This guy's been drinking, but he doesn't have that lush face on him. You really want to know, Leech?
I did ask the question, did I not?
Because we care.
Neutrality isn't in my nature. And there he is, making a deal with you things. And you see him pop the top off the next bottle, and he just starts drinking it straight from the bottle. He's about halfway done before he sets it down.
I see. So I take it you disagree with what is happening. Most assuredly.
There should be no safe places for you leeches. And no one seems to be aghast at his language. Either everyone, for Ardith and Byron, give me wits and empathy. Difficulty 6, and for Ardith, it's going to be difficulty 7.
I was gonna say no empathy, don't care.
Because you can slightly overhear this.
Difficulty 7.
Yeah.
I could feel his pain from across the room.
This guy, Byron can easily tell. People have probably heard this guy talk like this all night long, and they're just not paying him any attention. They're having a good time. Ardith realizes this guy is either drunk off his ass and no one's paying attention to him, or people have just accepted this is going to be the Aragorn of the group and hide in the dark, shadowy corner. Ooh.
Freaking hobbit lovers.
Say, my friend, you do not need to
Don't
sit
call
here
me
in
your
corner.
friend.
You don't need to sit here in corner wallowing like little baby.
He stands up and you realize this guy's like 6.5 foot tall.
That's all right.
And as this begins to happen, you hear a whistle from across the room, and it gathers your attention for just a moment. It's a guy talking with this vampire woman in the center of the room, and she's very much a vampire. The color she's wearing offsets her alabaster skin. And he looks at him like, and this other big guy with this big red bushy beard looks at him, just shakes his head, and he's like, "You're lucky. You're lucky." And then he takes the bottle and he finishes it off.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm gonna give myself a self-control roll.
Clearly, my luck is on my side. But if you want to change things, I'm sure you'll find a way.
Why do you want to roll self-control?
Because this is an opportunity for me to practice my animalism.
He doesn't.
However,
He doesn't say anything. He just whistles and shakes his head. You don't need animalism to know. No, that means no.
I understand. I'm talking about the guy that Ardith is talking to. However, I succeeded at my self-control roll, so I will not be like bark, 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 bark.
Oh my goodness.
So, I realized that this situation could go south really fast, and I don't want to be the one blamed for it.
Yeah, considering you're trying to talk to an Alaskan Kleekai over there with their green and blue eyes.
I'm speaking Pomeranian at him.
So you realize the prince reluctantly shakes the bearded guy's hand. And you, Brian, because you are close enough, you hear the prince say, "So be it. As long as one another are here at this club, we shall not harass, molest, or attack one of your kind, nor use it as a place of origination for tracking your kind. Do you agree to said terms? And the big guy's like, I do. No, not I. Wrong word.
Arg! I hear ya.
Yeah, I do.
He's a pirate.
Ain't no reason we can't be civilized here. At least we can have one place that isn't magically enforced and more is a social thing. However, if my boys catch one of you leeches outside of this place,
Bark, bark,
maybe not in the parking lot,
bark, bark.
but if we catch you, let's say over at Almost Park, and you're not paying attention,
Bark,
we
bark.
will tear into you faster than a Mexican into a chimichanga.
Bark, bark, bark.
Now, is that like 2 blocks or 3 blocks down on the left?
No, that's very far away. And I think we can come to that accord, can't we? The prince is like, yes, that will suffice. And then you see, and Byron notices it's a mage, comes over. The traditions, at least, will agree to such a thing as well. No tradition mage will hunt a werewolf or vampire from this location.
No traditional mage.
That's right.
And of all the oddest things, you notice another mage, Byron. You just see people coming up and joining a part of this conversation.
All for one for all.
Though you reality deviants bother me to no end, if we should happen to catch you outside of this place, we will cease your deviancy, but within the confines of these walls we shall not attack, harass, or maim you.
We of the Fellowship of Pawnbrokers and cool-ass assassins also agree to this.
And neither Brian, no character knows who this is. There's a smallish woman, about 5'6", 5'7", kind of hops over. It looks like she's walking, but it kind of looks like a hop at the same time.
I throw a bunch of iron coins at her.
It's just this really weird gait she has. Yes, speaking on behalf of my queen, we will agree to such terms as well.
Speaking on behalf of the David Bowie's people, we agree too. The Guild of Calamitous Intent also approves.
And finally, the woman in the middle. Yes, I think this is for the best. We might even be able to hold congresses here and discuss things in a peaceful and more neutral manner than somewhere such as the Mystic Bar or Ashley's Forge, where they go out of their way to magically enforce such neutralities. If any should break the rules of the club, which is, of course, neutrality in all forms, what shall happen is that individual, if they are not punished for their transgression, will never be allowed in here again. If anyone continues to break these rules from the same sect or same group of night folk, as we might call them, the entire organization and all tribes, clans, or whatever you happen to be called, shall no longer be allowed here, and the bouncers will not let you in. If not, you shall be hunted down as dogs. And she will extend her hand, and each one will shake her hand in turn.
And the vampires get banned for this, then that one guy that's complaining about the red curtain can finally go in.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
No one's swearing to uphold the peace, they're just agreeing to neutrality, which means they're not going to attack each other, at least here. Whereas, okay, so in universe for me, the Mystic Bar and Ashley Forge are a series of bars throughout the country that have magical enforcement of these rules. As in, only the owners can use their gifts, disciplines, or whatever inside of the locations. Here, however, there's no such restriction. This is entirely a social endeavor. rather than a magical one. And after this, the group breaks apart. The prince leaves. The great bearded man leaves as well. And what do you guys do from here?
Bet you one good shot I could kill him. All of them.
Byron?
I'm not sure. Like I said, this did not turn out the way I thought it was going to. So I'm not sure why. Well, I guess I know now why Ashley really wanted to know what was going on. So.
Actually, it might just be she wanted to know about the club.
So I'm of the opinion that we're done with farting around in this place, because if we poke it too hard now, then they're gonna stick us out front for the sun.
Yeah, agreed. We'll come back with explosives and finish this place later.
Shh, come back during the daylight.
Right, because we can walk around during the day.
We can in our special chicken suits. So,
I
all
didn't
right,
get
let's.
one of those.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry. Let's go tell Ardith and Fett and Ferdinand we got to get the hell out of here before we do something dramatically wrong.
Oh, hey, what'd you find out in that big red butthole over there?
Yeah, this place is now in Elysium, and so we should bail real quick before they decide we're trying to break it by jacking-assing around here.
I ain't been jacking ass and I was flirting. What are you doing?
I made friends with a guy sitting in the corner drinking a lot. He says we're not friends, but I think we're good friends now.
I think so too. It looked like y'all were getting on so well.
I told him
Ben
I'd
is
see
now
him
also
tomorrow.
wearing that shirt that he bought, by the way.
You
like
wearing it already?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice shirt. Hey.
Yeah.
And you all receive a text on your phone at about the same time. It's coming from the Seneschal Doris.
Okay.
And it says, the first bite is now Elysium. Do not maim, harass, or attempt to track any supernatural creature from this location, nor inside of this location.
I can't. Why am I even here? This is
I know.
terrible.
That's
It
why
works
we're bailing.
perfectly fine. We can just track them from the parking lot
That's
after
right.
they get out of the parking lot.
It's kind of like the cops who wait outside for drunk drivers.
Oh, I'm gonna do that one. Well, I haven't heard back from Ferdinand, so I'm gonna hang out. If you guys want to bail, I can always Uber. So.
Well, just be warned that there are a lot of werewolves in there. So.
Yeah, another reason why I stayed out the red butthole.
Yeah.
Where do you know?
I'm. We're just at I've been chilling at a table or somewhere near the bar. Probably
Ferdinand's
near the
gonna
bar.
come back since.
Give me Dex Athletics, difficulty 7.
For Ferdinand.
Yep. This place is packed. You guys are still here at like 11 o'clock. This place is still slammed packed.
He has graceful.
Yes, that's why it's difficulty 7.
Oh, still good.
Not a problem.
This is like, though I'm sure you could get your ratkin friends to come and help make this place a little bit more less neutral.
Actually, you wouldn't know the term ratkin.
I know, I meant out of character.
Yeah, and
Alright.
Ratkin ain't gonna mess with a bunch of Gauru either.
I
So.
think they'd better introduce this place to Mr. C4. Knowing who I'm dealing with. Oh, hey, there's Ferdinand. Hi, Ferdinand.
Hey, Claymore.
Oh, yeah. Byron's comes from the prince. Everyone else's comes from the Baron. The Baron is the leader of the Anarchs.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you find, Ferdinand?
Nothing.
Nothing? Nothing. Well, if you want to go talk to Ashley, you can do that. I got to be back here at 4 to follow up on a lead.
Do you now? Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, someone threw me a line, so I'm going to come back right before I got to go to sleep.
Someone threw him a vein.
You could call that a line.
That's right. Ooh, remember to use some protection. I could pull out some of those cat claw covers for your fangs.
Ha, 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 ha. Funny man.
All right.
Mr. Wardrobe flying around. Fucking, what is that? Crushed velvet?
Remember, use Neosporin. You don't want that to get infected.
That's right.
You notice that the redhead, the red. I'm just gonna call him what he is. The Fianna.
Mm-hmm.
The Fianna walks around and he taps a few people on their shoulders, whispers something in their ears, and you notice a lot of these guys leave, but most of them stay.
I'm gonna, like,
Give me, for Jason, I want perception and awareness from Fett.
all right.
Tell them the Fionas are like, tell the Ratkins this asshole's still here.
All right, give me just a moment. Roll me two more die. Roll me intelligence and lore lupine.
That is not too... Nope.
Wow.
This shirt is real comfortable, man.
You're right.
Something
Look
is off about the guy with the red hair.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what it is, but there's something at the tip of your tongue.
Mm.
You know he's some type of leader. You just don't know what type of leader he is because he seems to be running these guys in
He's
this
the
room.
leader of the pack. Vroom, vroom.
Can I whip out my phone, double check to make sure that the flash is off, and kind of pretend to fuck with it and take pictures and then catch him in one?
Yeah, not a problem. The picture's a little dark, but you can still see his face.
Right, and I'm gonna take pictures of other random cool looking shit too, so I'm not super obvious.
All right. And you see him take pictures of the drapes. You see him take a picture of the bar and the dance floor and and the DJ booth right now, which is sitting on the stage.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good. I got a nice big wolf in front of me, so I'm okay.
Gonna put him
I'll
on
whisper
Pinterest.
that.
He
Like
doesn't
half
stay
shot.
long, but then he
Instagram.
Possible club ideas.
the Fianna doesn't the Fianna doesn't stay around. The people that seem to go with him flank him on either side. Mr. Grumpy Pants is directly on his right hand side.
Ah, there goes my friend.
Hey, friend.
Lupe
Alright.
is looking at me.
Well, that's because your wife's here and she's like, I don't get to be in that room.
So as you leave the club, is Byron? Who's all leaving right now?
Right. Well, so Fett's gonna come back and try and not murder this poor merchandise girl. I guess we can go see Ashley.
Okay.
And
Who's all going with Byron to see Ashley?
We're taking my cara.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I gotta go pick up my ride anyways, so sure.
All right. Cool.
So after you drop off Fett and God damn it, I can't remember Ferdinand. Ferdinand at their pawn shop, or no, it'd be the Millennium.
Mm-hmm.
Do you head over to Ashley's Forge? And like always, now do you switch vehicles at this point, Drew?
Do I switch vehicles? No, I've already got the hearse out. Why should I switch?
All right.
I'm down with that.
Well, we gotta go report to what we saw, because, well, I'll tell them. Hey, so it looks like cash flow is huge in this place. The front lady had her own safe, and that's a hard point. Ferdinand says that that's where they put the cash in. It's a pickup point if Ashley wants to hit it, I guess. The bathrooms were kind of clean, and they do have at least one big stall. So that's about all I found out.
All right. Hey, man, you know what? That's all good information to have, though.
Hey, good luck on your recruitment.
Yeah, we're gonna see what else I can find out.
Wow, y'all took this a completely different direction.
That's okay.
Oh,
Oh.
come on. You know you had it written in your book somewhere.
Remember about the escape exit? They've got
Actually, I did not have casing out the joint to rob it.
Dude, Daddy's only got one dot in resources, okay? And these people are expensive as crap to hang out with.
Remember too, they got a special back exit. It's probably one of the emergencies. It's
I
it
have a
shoots them
special
out.
back exit too.
Yeah, I know you do.
So,
You Tremere are nothing but exits.
Oh! And they're triangular.
And it comes out near the Sam's Club. So if that's where they want to hit them, there's that too.
all right. So as Byron and we're gonna stop on Byron and Ardith for a moment. What is Fett and Ferdinand up to?
Well, how's our chicken friend?
Chicken friend has calmed down now that Ferdinand's holding on to him again.
So Ferdinand, I'm gonna go follow up on a lead close to dawn. What do you want to do? We got still like a whole night.
I don't know. What do you want to do, Kylo Hen? You can wait for a minute.
Nothing.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna see if I can. No, I don't have. Ooh, I have friend of the underground.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna swing by my contact point with the Nosferatu
Okay.
and ask him about the Fianna man. Like, hey, I saw this guy. He looked in charge. Who's this?
All right. Let me double check friend of the underground. I don't think it removes the just a
We're gonna
moment.
go meet my friend Reginald. He's not too pretty to look at. We'll drop off Kylo Hen first. So we don't want him scared.
Okay.
Okay.
He needs to sleep anyway.
Yeah.
It's been a busy night.
I'll say.
I'm gonna adjust his bandana a little bit.
You better get ready to die. Better get ready to kill.
And Chicken is not a bandana person.
All right. So he looks at you and says, I can give you that information. What you willing to trade?
I thought they were talking about the chicken.
My chicken.
Chicken's not there.
Don't tell him
I
how
got
many chickens we have.
some information about that new what is it, open bite, and I'm just gonna point to my shirt to that about that bite place.
Oh, the first bite?
Yeah.
That's juicy.
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Well, I know that the floor eats blood, the dance floor specifically. There's some type of enchantment around the whole place. I can't tell you exactly what. That's not my forte. And my whiz bang wizard wasn't helpful at all. There's
Wait. What's a whiz bang wizard? You rolling with mages now?
no man, Tribune. I just like throwing shit his way because he keeps fucking asking questions. Sorry.
They're Tremere. What do you expect?
Exactly.
All right,
I know-
that's good enough for what you're looking for.
all right.
That's the set leader for the biggest set in San Antonio.
Yeah.
The largest and actually a lot of the area.
He's the big wolf, big bad wolf.
He's the big bad wolf.
Huh. Good.
What he says goes, and I think last time some vampire got brave enough to take him on, he didn't even change. He punched the vampire until it begged,
Good. Good.
and
Well,
the
keep that in
gangrel
mind.
was flashing its claws around. It was, from what I heard, it was brutal.
Seems a little racist.
Awesome. Hey, there was some skulky dude near him. He was rather drunk. I'm going to describe him.
Oh.
Do you know who?
That was probably his beta. I don't know who that is.
Alright.
He's not important enough to actually note. He's not
got
that
it.
noteworthy amongst the Nosferatu. He ain't done anything too big. Everything he's done with his pack.
What's the big bad wolf's name?
McConnor.
It's Patrick O'Malley.
The
You're
Connor?
not there. Shut up.
Mick Von Potato.
Alright. Well, thank you, Reginald.
By the way, thinking about potato boxes, Byron, you are missing 3 episodes of Archer.
Am I now?
You are.
Let's see. I'm all like, oh.
I'm just pointing it out since I just watched I watched them on Hulu.
Let me see that.
What, for season 8?
Yeah, of Archer. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
That's
they kept-
alright. That's
They kept calling the glove box a potato box. Sorry. Yes, I'm a horrible person. So, he's like, yeah, that's McConnor. I don't know all his deed names, but one of them is... I don't know why the werewolves like these over-exaggerate names to describe what they've done.
They like to brag.
Bloody River is what they call him.
Oh,
Apparently, at some point, he lost control of himself and slaughtered an entire village that might have been involved with something or another. I don't know. The blood was so bad that he turned the river full of blood for like a week.
Oh, I thought it was a menstrual thing.
oh, so he's a mass murderer. Good, even better.
Oh, come on. We're serial killers. Don't try and take a high and mighty road about that.
Hey man, I like chicken. All right, I eat chicken. Hey,
Yeah, and no one respects you for that.
yeah. They respect me for the fact that I put silver bullets through hearts of beasts. So, hey, thank you, Reginald. You have a good night. I hope your skulking is very successful. By the way, I don't know that I've introduced. This is my little brother Ferdinand. He's had a bad childhood. He don't say much.
Why's your face like that?
hey, Ferdinand, be polite. Okay. Reginald,
And yes, his face is jacked up. One half looks semi-melted,
and that was
and-
the last we ever saw of them.
and one eyeball is slightly bulging out from its socket.
Are you related to Al Simmons?
Right.
but he had a really bad.
Little boy, I'm a Nosferatu. We all look like this.
Gross.
Sucks.
Well, it's a curse. Where we're not exactly blessed by God with these forms now, are we?
I am.
None of us are. We're all cursed. It's a matter all in how you view it. While I can sneak around without anyone ever seeing me, I don't need
You have a
to.
lot of good hats. Bet you should give him a hat.
Reginald or Ferdinand. Sorry, I got mixed up. Ferdinand, you're being a little bit rude. I know you don't know what rude is right now, but it's kind of rude to talk about somebody's appearance, especially in front of them. So
I don't care. If I cared about this, I would have given up on living 100 years ago. Walked down into the sun and felt that heat for the last time. I'd gone out all Sabat style, proving my mettle.
next good hat that comes through the shop, I'll send it your way, Reginald.
Ah, don't worry about it. You gave me some good information.
All right. Well, thank you. Again, good skulking, and we'll just turn in. I'm assuming we're meeting in this giant sewer pipe that's somewhere in San Antonio. So we're gonna turn and leave.
Actually, he will meet you at his above ground apartment.
Nice. Even better.
And as you leave, you see him turn around and he starts typing on his computer in a language you don't recognize. As in, the keyboard does not have any any numbered or lettered keys on it. But the language is, it seems to either be automatically encrypted, or that's just the way he types.
I see you got your own cipher. Good hunting.
Good hunting to you too.
Turn
Show
and
yourself out.
As we leave, Ferdinand's gonna not discreetly try to whisper, "That guy's eye falling out."
Ferdinand.
Phone rings. FBI.
Mr. Fett, we'd like to audit your accounts.
uh,
All right.
It's just me. Just
Moving
kidding.
over to Byron and Ardith. You get back to Ashley's Forge, and like always, it's this really nice place. You have a line outside of it, and you're putting it together. It's obviously to be kind of exclusive. I guess if they have a line, it makes it more popular for some reason. You don't know. And like always, you just get waved right on in, like you're on the guest list, and he knows exactly who you are.
I'm looking
Actually,
at Byron. I'm looking at Byron. I need a line.
Yeah, I told you. That's all right. That's I gotta learn dominate, so I can just tell people they need to stand outside your club.
No, forever.
Yeah.
and you notice that Ashley is with the Seneschal. Actually, no. I didn't get this part, but I can roll with it. Ashley's not sitting with the Seneschal. She's sitting with Lilith again.
We'll walk up and I'll be like, I imagine you just got the same text we did after skulking about and almost getting ourselves killed for breaking Elysium.
Why would you have broken the Elysium?
Because we didn't know it was an Elysium and we thought there was some nefariousness going on that would require a burning.
We were
Oh,
gonna destroy it.
I just wanted pictures, darling.
Oh, we got pictures, plenty of pictures.
I want to know what it looks like.
Oh yeah, no, we got lots of pictures. Fat got some pictures too.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for good clubs to be denoted as Elysium. That's a common thing, don't y'all know?
Okay, so my coterie is mostly anarchs and I'm a Tremere. Our idea of having a party is me yelling at them for setting fire to every place we go to.
Well, then stop setting shit on fire. And you actually hear Lilith chuckle at this as if it's a commonplace conversation.
Mhm.
All right, I guess we'll just bury him from now on.
That's right. But yes, we got some pictures. You know, I'll like open up my Facebook page, be like, "There's us." Like we're getting a little selfie there. You know, I'm like, yeah, back there is the VIP room. It's real nice. Yeah, everybody's cool.
Who is in the VIP room by any chance?
I'll name off. It was a bunch of werewolves, a representative of the other night folk, the prince. I don't know that I didn't recognize the owner of the club, right?
No, she is
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah, so some new. I'm gonna assume she's a Toreador by the way she had that whore dress on. So
And you see Lilith will go, "Did you take a picture of her?"
I thought that would be rude. All I got was this upskirt shot. No.
You at least describe her, right?
Yes.
Oh. That's Alexis Castillo.
Let's see. The name doesn't ring a bell.
She's a Toreador.
The Horiador. Okay.
She seems to be a very interesting young vampire. She's only about 50 years old, and she's made quite a name for herself amongst the kindred. I'm surprised you don't recognize her. I forgot something in there, but I'm going to count that to y'all not noticing.
That's all right. It's all good.
There's a lot that happened, and that was a big revelation for what had happened.
Yeah, basically, we walked in way over our heads, so we decided to to bail before we got in trouble, because that's the way we were going.
Alexis, and then Lilith continues, had actually tried to be the harpy in both Houston and in Dallas.
Oh.
As young as she is, she seems to have some type of political clout.
Maybe we should get Ferdinand to be the harpy.
The child vampire that runs around with
A chicken.
Mr. Fett, right?
Yes. Huh. I see scheming. I'll take some more notes in my little notepad.
Take all the notes you want. I don't understand the idea of running around with a child vampire. They either seem to mature properly or they seem to continue to be in a perpetual state of immaturity and never develop beyond that.
Gotcha. Well. I think, yeah, I have the beginnings of a plan here. Okay.
It's like saying, you may not be old enough to remember this, but there was an entire troop of Malkavians who decided to walk through cities wearing fish as hats. I don't understand why they chose to do it. Some of them were actually good prey. I hunted them down one by one.
Nice.
But Alexis seems to be having some clout behind her. What else happened here at that tonight?
They have some kind of creepy dance floor that sucks up blood. I'm not sure what for. I don't know. I'm still gonna have to cipher on that one.
Give me intelligence occult.
Both of us or just him?
Both of you. Since
Okay.
you actually have time to think about it between here and there. Difficulty is still going to be 7.
Nope. I got 1 success.
2.
You only have 1, Drew, because yours is a higher difficulty.
Oh, I thought you said it was both of us difficulty 7.
No, I apologize. That's my bad.
Okay, that's fine.
He's actually a thaumaturge, so he has more of a knowledge around them. The Tremere actually have rituals that store blood.
Oh no, that's why I was examining it because I wanted to see if it was manufactured that way. That's
You
one of the
have
ones,
no idea.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm just gonna look at it. I am also gonna use that as for justification for learning Vessel of Transference.
And
So-
Ardith seems to think that it's just a weird stone that seems to suck up blood.
Yep.
Probably some Tremere shit.
Body
Yeah.
of Christ, whatever. Yeah.
Woo! That is fantastic.
A stone floor that absorbs blood. That sounds like Tremere territory.
Yeah. that's what I
Well,
say.
before you all closed ranks and stopped teaching thaumaturgy, of course.
I teach prestidigitation, so yeah. But outside of that, I mean, it's so. The newness of it'll wear off. It doesn't have the staying power of a chain place like you have. So
I do have to visit some of my other locations. I've got steady vampires in there, but, can't always trust them. They seem to take 10% off the top no matter what. Now, Drew, give me wits in finance, or just wits if you have no finance.
What if I have no wits?
You have at least 1 in wits.
What is
Difficulty is 9.
9? Okay.
Slowest mofo ever. 20 minutes later, hey, I got stabbed.
I got 1 success.
Vampires are taking 10% off of the top. That kind of resonates with you for some reason.
10%.
Yeah, it's a small thing. I run the clubs mostly to have a presence. I don't have a reason for money anymore. I could buy Bill Gates and sell him. And this is actually speaking, by the way.
Hey, Ardith, is Millennium an Elysium?
No, it is not.
What is No, people just do whatever they want there.
There is a soft neutrality there. As in, no one has gone out of their way to start shit, but there is no rules directly prohibiting it.
Just don't leave blood on my floor. That's all I care about.
I take some more notes. I'm coming up with a plan.
Yeah, and actually will continue speaking. Yeah, I just want to see what it looked like. It's interesting. Look at this. And she shows the pictures to Lilith.
Take that bug.
Yeah, the vampires are gonna automatically be drawn back to that back room.
Mm-hmm.
That is such an inviting color, wouldn't you say?
Eh.
No, it's an inviting color for everyone. Even chicken blood, under right circumstances, have this really bright red to it that is just delicious looking. It doesn't affect your actual hunger, but it affects. It's like seeing the color orange or red or green in a fast food restaurant actually affects how long you want to stay there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Navy,
why
Navy
Pet
does that
stays
crap
at home.
too.
But yeah, I didn't mean any ill will towards Alexis. That's her name, right? Yeah, I get that. That's her name. I didn't mean any ill will towards Alexis. I just want to know what the club looked like and see what my competition was.
Mm. It's a good thing we didn't take more initiative.
Oh, thank goodness you didn't. I mean,
No,
I
that
would
was
hate for you to be like Sweet Mix Coterie and have Pebbles and Rune constantly hunting you. Oh my god, those two get so bored. And she
Now,
kind of goes a little Valley Girl for a moment.
if we dropped it from the air, does it still count as an attack?
yes.
Wait, what do you mean attack?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm thinking.
Well, it's an Elysium. Why would you attack Elysium?
I hated the movie.
You're trying to be cute. You're not that cute yet.
No good does nothing. I just hated the movie. And
Yeah, I just want to know what the competition's sporting, that's all. If I wanted y'all to do anything more, I would have directly told y'all. No reason to be all coy about it. It's not like we're not all fanged monsters of the night.
I'm sorry. I'm all aghast. Holy crap! I thought you guys were werewolves. I'm totally in the wrong group.
And Lois says, well, some of us are.
No, right. There we go. Good, good.
We haven't been, have we been formally introduced?
10% off the top.
I know I've
That's-
seen your face
That's
before.
what one wits does right there.
I assume you know I'm the Justicar, Lilith Darkmoor. And you are?
Was she talking to me?
Yes.
No, she's not, because I'm invisible. I have obfuscate 23.
She has Aspects 24.
Damn it! I knew it! I am Byron of Clan Tremere, a most loyal and ever so respectful servant of the Camarilla.
And you?
I
And
am
she-
fine. Go ahead. Just look at me and tell me what you want.
I'm just wondering who you are.
Oh,
Oh,
I
this
am.
is no. This is
I can
Ardith.
speak
No,
for
no, you can't.
myself.
No, you can't.
I can
You
speak.
can't.
I have words.
But you can't use them to adjust a car.
I hold each person accountable for their own words, Byron. You do not have to protect him. If I wanted him dead, he would long been since done.
I would only hope you would want him dead. Anything else would be very uncomfortable to his booty.
And you are?
I am Ardith Bay. I am Assamite.
I knew there were a couple Assamites in the city. It is hard to keep track. I, for lack of better phrasing, run the United States.
And now we are all going to die.
Was there anyone else at this meeting?
Except for Kylo.
I'll tell them, everybody I recognized and everybody that I saw, what they were, you know. And I will leave out Fett and Ferdinand because they were not at the meeting.
So you mentioned to her that they have a neutrality agreement.
Straight up.
Ugh. Let's see how long this one lasts. My lovely son enforces his through magical means. The last time someone tried a social means of doing this, it lasted for about 3 months before the Garu decided that everyone was worthy of death for dealing with the worm.
I'm gonna
Sounds
beat
about
that.
right.
I'm gonna beat that record.
Do not try, please. I would have to send pebbles after you.
At least it's not Bam Bam.
So out of character, Byron would know this. An on again and off again Archon is her son Rune, who has a ghoul that he has had for 1,500 years. The only real mutation it's had is increased size. And it is probably more intelligent than you are.
Just call this guy Wilson Fisk. Hey, Kingpin, how's it going?
So this is a very, very powerful war ghoul. So you know that in character because you are in the Camarilla.
Oh, Lord.
But that being said, leave it as it is. If the Garu want to attack and... Oh, Garu is their own term for calling themselves werewolves. If the Garu would like to attack the place, eventually it will happen. They're the most likely to break the neutrality. The mages, the fairies, they tend to agree and don't really go. It's the vampires and the werewolves you mostly have to worry about.
Won't have to worry about them when they're on fire. Anyway.
Again, I would avoid doing that for now. At least let Alexis try this nonsense. If it works out, kudos for her, but I've lived way too long to see this type of agreement to work.
All right.
Yes.
I knew humans before they were afraid of werewolves and their war forms.
What did y'all drag me into, Lord? But that's all right. I'll just take some extra notes. I can fit this Justicar into my plans. No problem.
10% off the top.
That's just gonna be the name of your other bar. 10% off the top.
Would that be like a blood tax?
Yes, indeed. Blood tithe.
Sorry, that's the episode I'm actually on is blood tax.
Oh, Lord.
Like I said, I'm not far into the last season. And at this point, we're going to call the game. It's almost 11:30.
Yay.
We have actually managed to clear all the content that I had written out for, including the addition of a chicken, which I did not... To be quite honest, Ferdinand has never shown an interest in ghouling, mostly because her closest companion is very anti-vampire.
Yeah.
So ghouling did not seem like a thing that he would try.
No, it was a surprise to me as well.
However, as always, let me see if I have my list here. It's time to do the whore thing. Yes, I'm a complete and utter whore. I am trying to improve this stream for everybody.
Wait, experience.
Oh, yes, experience, because I forgot last time. Byron, because I'm moving left to right here. What did you learn tonight?
I learned that Ferdinand is the more adaptable of the two and will require less handling when it comes time to get them to the right way of thinking.
Acceptable. Next person, and again, I'm just moving left to right, by the way. Drew, what did you learn?
Right now, I need to figure out how to get 10% off the top. And that there is another club that I need to take down.
That's acceptable. By the way, you are now at 20 experience points. Next is Victoria. What did you learn tonight?
I'm gonna learn thaumaturgy, path of blood. Kill
Right.
all of them.
Way of the 11 bolt. I can charge up lights.
Victoria?
So Ferdinand learned that his chicken's kind of pecky for some reason.
All right. That's actually acceptable because that is an accurate statement of what's going on with the chicken.
It still doesn't know why yet.
Nope. Because no
I'll
one can communicate with it.
I'll be able to tell you eventually.
And Vasily, what did he learn?
Fett learned that the Fianna set leader's name is McConnor, also known as Bloody River.
All right. So with that said, we have our updated experience counts. We first want to thank everyone who's here. Normally we would have just run the stream, but I do want to make my goal, fingers crossed here, is to actually make a living out of this. So I may be streaming throughout the rest of the week, different games. That way I can just get my sub button. However, let's begin with the traditional conversation about who is streaming what. Henley was running a Vampire Chronicle. I don't know what's happened with it. I haven't seen it in the last few weeks. They may be on hiatus. On Tuesday, as always, we have Storyteller Spira running her New Orleans by Night. Based off the last game that I watched of theirs, they might be going back to New York by Night. It just depends on what they want to do with it. Every other Wednesday, we have Caffeinated Conquest. Now, they are running an amazing Wraith game. Because where you would expect dark and horrid stories, this is making you laugh while being depressed at the same time, which is a challenge. I'll be honest. Much less, the best part about it is the chat. Because we pretend to be their shadows. Because a couple of those players do not know how to be proper shadows. Sentaku runs a werewolf game. And Jack's RPG was running one, but they just ended their first season in the last week. On Friday night, you have us, Lovely Coolimp and the crew, or whatever we're gonna call the streamer, so forth. Thursday night, I forgot about this. I need to add it to the list. On Thursday night, Dice Ministry is starting a new Sabbat game. It is going to have me in it. And I will be playing a Child Nagaraja. And if you don't know what that is, it is the stupidest combination of words to ever put together because it is in any other game an unplayable character. From the storytellers here, how many people agree with that phrasing?
Well,
Yep.
you can't get much food into that tiny little kid mouth, so you would starve.
Really hard to eat organs when you have a tiny, tiny mouth.
Yeah. Fatty liver, I can't fit it.
On Saturdays, around 12 o'clock, we have Green Dragon 666. He runs a couple of games throughout the week. So pay attention to him. He is beginning to run a mage game. It's supposed to start around 10 a.m. Central Time. And I haven't seen them around. I followed them, but Flannel Puppy. Flannel Puppy is another, I think it's a vampire game. And on Sunday we have the largest group of role-playing I've ever seen. We have Silly Goose CA, who is with us today. John Vera, who runs a Changeling game, who I think has been going on for like 3 or 4 months. It's going. Dice Ministry, which will not be running Vampire on Sunday anymore. They're going to be running D&D. And Lost Tribe Gaming is going to be running a Sabbat game as well on that night. The reason we do this advertisement is because the group that we play with is a small group, and the vampire and the White Wolf community in general is a very small niche group. I want these people to get some credit for what they do, and some of these games are absolutely amazing. And yes, I know I'm dick riding a bit, but we'll live with that. As always, this will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, so if you check the description down below, it's going to give you a brief synopsis, as well as my social media links. You can follow me on Twitter. I do have a Patreon. Any money right now is going to go to support the entire group, so we can get upgraded computers, upgraded sound equipment, upgraded cameras for the people who want to be on camera. That way we can all be seen, we can all be heard clearly, and we're not having these issues that we're having at the moment where sometimes someone can't be heard. Although I have to admit, knock on wood, we have been doing good about sound issues recently.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we want to thank you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to even be attempting to run to make this into a profitable thing. So, from myself, Cool Imp, Justin, Asshole, and all those other names that I'm called, good night. Everyone say good night.
No.
Good
night.
Thank you for watching.
Mm-hmm.